All right. Right about now, Twitch is picking up on the stream. All is good in the world. And here we are for session 0 of Kids on Brooms, Waller's Academy. So I am Scott of Scott's Case Files, the channel that you're watching. And up above me are the 4 lovely stars of the show. So my players are always the stars of the show. I'm just kind of the facilitator to make them look awesome. Kind of key on their awesomeness and amplify it as best I can. So why don't we go straight to saying hey. So now I'm going to put this out there. You don't have to do this. But if you want to do like a fun fact about yourself, feel free. You don't have to. Not required. And I know I just popped it on you guys, but go with it if you want to, or not. No pressure. So how about we go with the person? I already know Robert, so I already know all of Robert's fun facts. I mean, there are way too many. So let's start over here. If you actually are, my players are like, "What the hell are you talking about?" I'm going. So on the actual Twitch interface over here is Philip. So Philip.
Yeah, well, I am Philip. I am doing my first time streaming. So, fun fact about me is I have a son who is 4 months old today.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome. Wow. And you'll look back on this day and be like, yeah, not only was he 4 months old, but I was on Kids on Brooms on Scott's channel. That's awesome.
And he'll think, Dad was such a nerd.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, there won't be any past tense about it.
Good job.
Oh, yeah, Dad. Yeah.
All right, awesome. Next we have Simone.
I'm Simone. I've also never done any streams before. I don't know a fun fact. My life is boring right now.
That's a fun fact. No.
Yeah, I would kill for a boring life on occasion. So you.
What about a not so fun fact? Something really sad.
I just got out of class. My class gets out at 7, so it's a tight squeeze to get there. Yeah.
Wow, you're good. All right, I hope your teacher's not watching my stream. Odds are, and spoiler alert, they're not. Awesome. Thank you, Simone. Next in line, we have Chaotic with a K.
With a K. I'm very edgy. No, I'm Chaotic.
K's at the end.
Playing, yeah, that's where it is. It's hidden. I've been playing tabletop games for like 10 years now, and this is like the 3rd stream I've ever been on.
Nice.
The fun fact was I've been playing for way too long.
Here's the cat of the hour. Here we have Roxy.
My name's Robert.
Yeah, no, it's Roxy. We care about Roxy right now, Robert. Let's not jump ahead. All right. Important stuff. Here, I'll introduce the stream cat.
Is this your familiar?
Scott? It could be. I don't. She's. We're not quite sure how familiar she is. She kind of hates me and loves me. But there she is. That's Roxy. So yes, now Robert. Now we go to Robert.
I don't want to go anymore.
What's your fun fact, Robert? You better have one.
I'm gonna do a not so fun fact. When I was like,
don't make it traumatic.
My dad left.
Oh Jesus.
I've never touched any drugs in my life. I think when I was like 16, I got kicked out of my house, and then I was homeless for a little bit. Can we make this more depressing?
Yeah, no, don't do that.
I found out that I was actually Tiny Tim.
I moved into my grandma's. I wasn't homeless. It's okay, guys. I still don't have a job.
Oh my god. And that's Robert.
Hello.
Yes, Robert was in my Tales from the Loop.
With a smile.
Yeah, Robert was in my Tales from the Loop campaign. The first time I met him was then. And this is actually, for any viewers, this is the first time these folks are meeting each other, to my knowledge, unless they've, done some hanging out behind my back, which is fine, by the way.
Why would we do that?
I don't know, because you're cool people and you need to share that the world.
Me and Me and Roxy chill out every now and then.
Oh yeah. She tells me about that. She thinks you're a jerkwad sometimes, but she thinks everybody's a jerkwad sometimes. She is a cat. So there's that. So awesome. So we're here to play Kids on Brooms. So it's a system it's an offshoot of Kids on Bikes, which is actually it has a very Stranger Things feel to it, that kind of thing. You can literally run Stranger Things off that system. And then someone got the great idea, well, hey, since we're doing Kids on Bikes, what about Kids on Brooms? And kind of give everybody that fantasy of that kids book that adults all read, and that we won't mention on the stream for trademarking purposes. But there's that. So that's what this is doing, basically. It's a school for kids, magic school for kids simulator. So there we are. So yeah, well, so before we get to it, what I try to remember to do, and I always forget it, is to play the intro video. I try to do that once a session. So let's go ahead and do that, and we'll come back. And what I'd like to do is, let's kind of meet your characters just a little. I know I stopped you guys from doing a whole bunch of the character generation because I really want to do it on stream here. But basically, let's hear about your name, your trope that you've chosen, and kind of this little, just the I'll say, I won't say 24 words or less. Let's go 50 words or less on them, and that kind of thing. And then we'll kind of move from there and develop characters and create them right here. So hold tight as we do the video.
Humidity and
We're back. Humidity in New York, if you didn't know, is pretty freaking horrible. I just want to put it out there. Caddick says it. I am going to assume he knows what he's talking about. Humidity, boys and girls, humidity.
it sucks.
Arizona doesn't have it because it's a freaking desert, and someone built a city there, a whole state of cities.
All it is.
It's all right.
At night.
At night, it gets cold.
At night it's still 100 degrees. It doesn't drop below 100. It just sucks in Arizona.
If you haven't figured it out yet, Robert has a sad story for every topic you can talk about. So just take it with a grain of salt. You get used to it. It's fine.
You need anybody to kill a party? Just take me, homie. I got you.
He's like, I remember the last time I had salt, I almost died.
That's when my dad left.
Oh my god! All right, so let's go ahead and do let's learn a bunch of characters. So let's start. We started with Philip before. So, and also I want to kind of, if you're not familiar with my videos, the games the various games I play kind of encourage me as the GM to call you by your character name. So generally you're going to find them calling you by your character name. So kind of get used to that, and that'll help. In theory, that helps you kind of stay in character, all that kind of good stuff. So let's start with Robert's character, Juan Alexander.
It's Juan Marcos Alexander.
Juan Marcos Alexander, excuse me.
Yeah, I was gonna put a
For
whole bunch of names
for
in there.
purposes of the label, you're Juan Alexander. But yes,
Juan
please
Alexander.
continue. Tell us about his trope. A little bit of 50 words or less about Juan Marcos.
Oh man, I wrote a book if you want it.
No, I don't want the book. I want the 50 words or less.
Okay, I'll try to be sweet. Juan Marcos Alexander is the firstborn caster, kind of. His great grandfather used to be a bruje in like the old cowboy days, but he got caught and he stripped of his powers. He hid all of his magical artifacts, uh, which includes this super cool snake bracelet that he uses to cast magic. Juan Marcos Alexander found it. Uh, Realized he could cast magic, playing around with it. He's the only one in his family who really knows anything about magic because his great grandfather kind of left soon after his he was stripped of his powers. He got really sad and
The incident.
did the old Mexican man thing and just started drinking. And he joined like a mariachi band and then just started making music around Mexico. Juan Marcos grew up in Puerto Penasco. It's kind of like a tourist trap. It's how he ran into somebody who saw him use magic there. That's how he went into like Puerto Penasco like proper the touristy areas to kind of like do a little magic, make a little money. And somebody saw him. They're like, "Hey man, you gotta come here. You gotta learn more about this stuff. You can't just be doing this."
Excellent.
So it's what he's doing.
Awesome. Cool. All right. How about William Oakhurst?
William Oakhurst is a haughty descendant. He comes from a long line of wizards from as far back as like time, as far as he knows, time immemorial. He's originally from England, but after doing his schooling and doing it right, and basically forcing himself to be the best that he can be, he was sent over to Waller's Academy. Well, he wasn't sent over there. His family moved to the Pacific Northwest so that he can do his classes there, and he's known around. His family is known around the world, but like he's still trying to get his own standing and be himself. But he's more often than not in the shadow of his family's legacy.
Cool.
That's it.
Awesome. Good start. And again, we're going to kind of get to know your character as a little bit more going on, but that's a good start. So we'll get to learn about relationships, and I'll have some questions for each of your characters. Let's go to and I've been practicing this one in my brain for a while. Let's see if I got it. Mathieu Poitier. Am I even close?
That's perfect. That's way better than I can even say it.
Tell us.
Trenches never really been a strong suit of mine.
That's right.
He's an average guy. He's not like a firstborn caster or anything like that. He comes from a family of casters, none of which anything remarkable. He just comes from a long line of just average dudes,
What is the trope you chose?
Unlikely ally.
Oh, cool. And if I just want to kind of note that I think it was Simone who brought up, like, is it you who wanted your character was like an NPC who accidentally got dragged into the action?
Yeah.
Like I love that. It's like, oh my god, how did I'm just supposed to be on the outside looking in, and somehow I got dragged into the action. So I thought that was kind of a cool concept. So good, go with that. I like it. So excellent, thank you. And last but not least, let's look at Valerie Falstaff.
Yeah, so I am a faculty member. I guess I'll do it in third person because everybody else did it in third person. Yeah, so Valerie is a faculty member at Waller's Academy. Her trope is aloof
Oh, sorry.
teacher. And if it's okay with you, I figured we'd run through this during character creation, but if it's okay with you, I thought it could be cool if she were a rain nymph.
Ooh,
So like,
sounds cool.
okay, cool. Yeah, don't really know what that means or what that looks like yet. I figure I'll figure it out as we go, but I thought, you know, if
Cool.
we end up someplace rainy,
As a
that'll
note
be,
for any viewers, in before I asked for pronouns and Philip gave me he him for Valerie, so I went with it. So
oh,
that's
sorry,
he him is on the screen right now, but I'll change that later.
my
Not to worry.
apologies.
Not to worry. I'm like,
I
hey,
forgot that I did that.
you go with it. Tell me all about her. Yeah, okay. So rain nymph, that's awesome. Yeah, one
Yep,
of
so
the
she's-
thing, yeah, one of the things in the rules is actually, you know, you want to do non-humans, and this sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, so she essentially is just like from the place where magical creatures come from around the academy, and has been really good with magic, and so they ended up bringing her in to teach some different courses.
Cool. Does she have a specialty?
Um,
Since you're an
I don't think I
instructor, I
know
figured
enough
I'd
about the rules to know about a specialty.
well, we'll
to be
figure it
honest.
out.
Okay, cool.
You'll learn them. You'll learn them,
Yes.
Valerie Falstaff. All right, awesome. So, all right, so yeah, we got to know the kids. So I'm gonna switch gears a little bit, and talk about the school, and we'll kind of come back to this. But I think even as we talked about before the game, you know, kind of like learning about the school helps us make our characters type of thing. So let's see here. It's gonna move this over. So for the school, we've already come. I basically I nailed them down. I'm forced them to pick a name, and after some really inspired ideas, everyone agreed with, I think, Waller's Academy of the Arts. So I kind of ran with that for that intro video.
I still think Abracademy was the strongest.
Abracademy. Maybe that's your
That's
your
like-
nemesis school.
Oh, I was thinking that's like the elementary school for children who are learning
Elementary
magic.
school.
Oh, jeez. come, K4's Abracadabra. So we have a school name. We have a school location. The school is located in Portland, or at least part of it is. Part of the thing I'm kind of running with, just because simplicity's sake, is there's probably portals inside or magical doorways to other places in the entire world and other universes for that matter, potentially. But the actual face of it is in Portland. When I was making the video, my daughter is older than college age, but still around here. And every now and then I make her do things for my these intro videos. She was the scared person in the voiceover for the Monster of the Week one, and she was the green screen person for this. So basically, okay, I want you to stand in front of the green screen, and I want you to go like this. And then I'm going to work with that. And then I did. So that's her. So I bring that up only because kind of what, one of the things I was thinking about, everyone was, when we were kind of talking this over, it's like, well, yeah, it should be like in the middle of the city, but only like magic people should be able to see it or get entrance to it. And I'm like, oh, well, let's try the doorway thing. So I just figured that out. We can take it or not. But I just want to bring it up. That's like, it's there, but only magically imbued people who can really sense it, enter it, that kind of thing. So here's we have a couple more questions, and we're gonna answer these questions. How about the school? So let's I can either pick one of you and you get to answer a question and we go to the rest, or we can do it cumulatively and we can all decide on it. What do you guys feel most comfortable with? What do you all feel most comfortable with? Excuse
I
me.
think the word cumulatively.
I mean, I like like taking a turn, like going each one, like if that's fine.
Cool. So
Yeah, I think one at a time could create like some cool, interesting interplay of different pieces.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put a question out there, and if you like it, if you think you have a good answer for it, put it out there. Otherwise, I'll choose one of you. Or since there is an extra, we'll call that the cumulative question, and we can all talk about it. So this, my hope is that this goes relatively fast, and again, this is just kind of fun, and this will kind of establish a few things. So the first question is, the head of the school is named blank and is best known for blank. Anybody want to crack at that? I see Simone just inspired looking over there.
No,
That-
I did. Because no
She
one
just
spoke up initially.
all of her looks are
went
just
through-
inspiring. I'm gonna get confused. They look all
I'll be
inspired.
honest with you. I went through the questions and I wrote a bunch of answers down for each question.
Robert is the rule breaker. All right, Robert, why
did
don't
a
you
lot of
why don't you
prep
take that one then? Let's see what you got.
Well, I don't know, man. I thought since the category's named after Waller, just some weird wizard named Burgess Waller, or we could have it'd just be some even more out there than Burgess.
That sounds cool. Burgess Waller, and what is Burgess Waller best known for doing? Why is there a
Ooh,
school?
I put down uh dragon taming. He was
Dragon
a
taming.
renowned dragon tamer.
All right, I'm down with that. That sounds cool.
Ooh.
I would go to school run by a dragon tamer. Anyone else? Would you go to school run by a dragon tamer? I sure heck would.
I mean,
It depends if the dragons
They
were
have
there.
necromancy.
I got dragons in here. Joking, it's actually just randomly lizards with
With
There's
hats.
a lot of big
Tape in their
iguanas.
All right, sounds good. All right, so that's the next question. So the question 4. Here's a good one. One of our you'll recognize what this question is going for. So one of our favorite pastimes is a magical combination of blank and blank. It's not freaking the thing on brooms and the little thing we can't talk about. It's not that. Anybody? I can't tell what your inspired faces are, but Kadek, go. Got this.
Our favorite pastime is a magical combination of soccer and rollerblading.
Interesting. So maybe some kind of magic gliding along or something like that?
Yeah.
Like the floor is ice lava or something like that? Okay. All right. What's it called?
What does that mean?
God, I don't know.
I put down the dragons and capture the flag.
I don't know. We gotta go. Let's go get the axe. That's pretty good. That's a pretty cool thing. So yeah, we'll figure out some kind of. It's kind of like a magical gliding along the ground type of thing. That's pretty cool.
Ooh, what if it's like you know how Tron has those like lights behind you? Like the
But it's
floor falls
magic
down.
and not science.
Yeah, I mean,
Is this becoming
I
the
don't know, man.
cumulative one? Anybody want to pop in on
Wherever
this one?
It can be.
All right. So let's for now we can always change this, but let's stick with the magical combination of soccer and ice skating.
I think that's cool.
And again, I think it has a lot of possibility there, so that's pretty awesome. So we'll figure out a name later. No, there is no rush to this. This is fine. All right. Let's see. A notable landmark in the school is blank. This looks like a Philip question. I don't know why I'm feeling Philip on this one.
Okay.
Did you ask him nicely?
What?
He said he was feeling you, and I asked if he asked nicely.
No. Well, maybe there is maybe there's like a skyscraper in the school,
Mhm.
and it's like shaped like a dragon.
Oh, that's cool. So like as you kind of are up in it, it's like the crest of it, probably maybe above the clouds. That's why no one sees it, and it's always cloudy in Portland, I hear. So that sounds pretty cool. All right. So all right, good one. So one of the most unconventional classes we have at the school is Simone is looking inspired again. I'm feeling inspired here.
Never inspired.
Oh, I doubt that. You don't give yourself enough credit.
I like the idea of, I don't know, some sort of like writing class where it's like short stories or poetry or something. And
Ooh.
when you're writing it, like the scene plays out in front of you in like a
Oh
wispy.
wow, that
kind of
is
thing.
so cool. So it's like writing and theater all in
It's like
one
a illusion,
creation.
right? It'd be like a
Mhm.
illusion magic.
Some sort of illusion magic. Yeah.
Oh,
That
that
sounds
is
dope
so
as hell.
cool.
Man, I would have been bad at that. I was horrible in my writing classes in high school.
So it's like story magic. Ooh, that's Simone. See, you were selling yourself
Yeah.
short there. That's pretty freaking cool. So good job. Awesome. So yeah, that's the school, and it's pretty cool already. So I'm looking forward to kind of getting into the school and seeing what's what. So let's see here. So next, let's jump back to characters now that we kind of have more of a better picture of Waller's Academy. Let's go back to character creation, and I think I will end up taking you to the Roll20 screen. Right now is blank because we have nothing yet. But I'm going to bring up. Basically, I've made a character sheet for each of you. So if you go into up here on the right, you'll see the Journal tab, and under you'll see your various characters. So go ahead and click on them, and I made them so that everyone can look at and technically edit them all. So kind of just go, you feel free to look at others, but don't change anything. But yeah, click on enroll. Someone pop into Roll20. I'll get you going there. Let's see. Actually, I think we need Philip and Simone. If you can pop into the Roll20 session. Then you'll see what I'm talking about.
I completely forgot that we had Roll20, so I gotta get in there.
No problem. You're fine. Simone's in. Good. Cool. But yeah, you should see your character sheets on the right side after you hit the Journal tab. Just kind of open it up. I'll just open one up here. Excellent. So on stream, I'm opening up Juan Marcos's already, and so yeah, so let's kind of go through things. I won't go too fast so Philip can catch up. But yeah, so the first thing is your trope. So pop that in the top there. Once you're in the character sheet tab of that window, and if anyone is falling behind, let me know. We'll be happy to help you along, etc., etc. Cool. So kind of going to go through some things for others while we're waiting. So again, we had the trope up above, and in Juan Marcos's case, it's firstborn magic user. You got their name already. I'm not sure if Juan Marcos, did you do your are you an underclass person? Did you already set that?
I think. I mean, hold on. I want to get it straight from the horse's mouth. Underclassmen. How old? Like the age is around. English is very hard.
Yeah.
What age would an underclassman be?
You're doing fine. So let's see here. That is a good question. Underclass is 14 or younger. Upper class 15 to 20, and faculty 21 and older.
Mm.
And if you're just starting, if you're just entering the school, the odds are you're an underclassman, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think I'm 14 then.
Cool. So now on the right side, you see your stats. So this game goes by dice, the dice size for each stat that you have. So everything from a D4 to a D20. And each of them takes up a stat point. So one D4, one D6, one D8, one D10, one D12, one D20. And of course, the D20 is the thing you're very best at. The D4 is the thing you're not the best at. And that's all decided by your trope. Though again, I know a couple of you all wanted to swap some around, and that's totally fine. Within your trope, as long as it sticks to it, you're doing fine, doing good. And let's see here. So let me know. Is everybody have their trope and their stats fill in?
Yeah.
Cool.
I had that. I think I saw the character sheet. I was like, let me put that in beforehand a little too early.
You're doing fine. That's fine. All right, and age. Put your pronouns in and your grade at this point, and we'll kind of and then your stats, and we'll kind of go from there. So let's go over stats since we're sitting here. So let's see here. All right. So the thing about stats, so you have your flight, brawn, grit, charm, brains, and fight. So the things about your like physical stats is magic kind of feeds off who you are. So if you're a smart brain oriented person, it's gonna your magic is gonna be reflected by that. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So if you're a good fighter in the physical world, with your magic, you'll probably be best with fight spells, that kind of thing. So they kind of serve a dual purpose. So little of each. So brains, this determines how book smart you are, helping you understand problems and getting to solutions, that kind of thing. Brawn is your brute strength, like what can you lift? Do you even lift, bro? Or whatever. That's what the kids are saying. That's what I hear. You then have fight. How well do you fight? For honest to goodness, with your fists, with weapons, etc. Flight is how quickly you move, how deftly, how you can dodge problems, both physical and mental, for that matter. Charm is exactly that. Your cult of personality, how socially adept you are, that kind of thing. And then grit. Grit is how tough are you, in the sense of how much does it take to break you or wear you down, that kind of thing. So there you go. And again, there will be one die size in each of those stats, and yeah, so that kind of describes what your character is physically and mentally, and what you have to work with, that kind of thing.
Cool.
All right, how's everybody doing on that? Any questions? Anything I can answer for you? All right. I take your silence as acknowledgement that you're all set. Excellent.
Yeah, don't expect me to carry us if we have to get into any sort of fights. I'm not good at that.
Don't worry, I got you guys.
Oh, great. That's just what we want. All right. So now your grade level gives you a little boost here and there. So so you see on your stats, for each stat you have a stat and a magic little blank underneath them. Those are like bonuses for each.
Okay.
So based on your grades, your grade level, your underclass person, upper class person, or faculty, you get different bonuses to your stat checks. Not your magic checks, but your stat checks. And actually, I think they kind of branch over. So let's see. So for underclass people, let's see. They will put in their flight and charm. They'll put a 1 in there, in the stat side. So flight, charm, both get a 1. Let's see. Upper class people, you automatically received a trained in strength for magic casting. So that's so pick a thing, one of the stats that you like for your, be like kind of a magic expert in, and put a 1 in there. And then also put 1 in your stat side for fight and brawn. So you're kind of more physically developed, puberty and all that kind of good stuff. And then for faculty, for Valerie, for example, you're going to add plus, put a 1 in brains and grit. So and these are on the stat sides again.
Okay. Does that carry over? Did you say that does or does not carry over to magic?
It does not. That's my understanding. Because and again, it'll kind of change as you go.
All right. Cool.
All right. So cool. Awesome. And for any underclass people, also put you have a strength area, which we're going to get to, but keep in mind you're going to put an innocence strength in there. We'll get to that when we get to strength, but we're not there yet. All right. All right, so we got the trope. We introduce the characters. Let's see here. Let's do. We got the grades. Let's do strengths and flaws. All right. So yeah. So strengths and flaws. You should see if you look to your trope. You should have some possibilities there, and you can go off book if you like. And again for purposes of session 0, this isn't written in stone, so put something there now. If you kind of look through stuff and you look through the book and you say, oh, I really wish I had that, well, you can have that. We can change it. It's just session 0. Nothing is quite in stone yet, but we can work with you, so kind of keep that in mind. So
And you get 2 strengths in addition to whatever you get for your class.
Correct. So you're going to get, let's see here. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of looking things over myself here. Okay, so 2 strengths and 2 flaws from your trope or off the books as you like. And we'll go over these once we get everything down. We'll kind of go back and reintroduce your character, and kind of going over all this stuff because we do want to get to know who you are.
Okay.
And we're making really great time, by the way. It's only 7:30 my time, so we're kicking some butt here. So good. And again, we're going to kind of go over more rules with this stuff as we kind of go. But so strengths and flaws. Strengths are mechanical advantages that you have in the world. They're things you do better just by your nature or through your life experiences or training or what have you. And your flaws are basically flavor. They're non-mechanical. They're not meant to be, something that hurts your character. Pardon me, that kind of thing. And they come from a list. And again, we'll kind of go over what the characters have chosen.
So the strengths actually like mechanically help you, but the flaws are basically just like role playing prompts, essentially.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so studied in.
Cool. And again, we'll go over things as we get reintroduced to your characters and see what your strengths are. There are too many strengths for me to kind of go over one by one to kind of show the rules, but this process should give you an idea. All right. All right. Should I continue on? Are we good to go? Or are you guys still
We are
considering?
just doing strengths, or we are also doing flaws right now?
Strengths and flaws.
Okay, I haven't done my flaws yet. Sorry.
Okay, not a problem. Don't be sorry. Do your thing. You're doing fine.
Trying to find
I'm
the
always concerned. An issue.
always be concerned. I'm trying to still thinking. I know what one of his is.
That's okay. And again, we're going to learn more as we go. So.
Alrighty.
All right.
I can move on, but like while we're doing that, because I can just find his flaw while we're doing.
We're doing good. So I mean, and talk it out if you want. We have a whole group to work with if you're kind of looking for insight on maybe what would work best with your character. Feel free to share. We're happy to help you. So don't be shy.
Since I get 2 others.
Yep. No pressure.
I'm gonna Google this maybe.
And again, nothing's quite in stone yet. That's just session 0. We're good to go.
Also, how many flaws do we get?
2.
Okay.
So 2 and 2. Excellent. Yeah, and again, these are mildly important. I mean, the strengths do carry over quite a bit of power with them, generally speaking. So what you choose definitely affects your character, what they can do, what they have access to, that kind of stuff, etc., etc. So it's the strength is rather important. So take your time. We're good.
Alrighty, so obviously I have to go with haughty, but I'm also gonna go with he's a little judgmental of others. He tries not to be, but in the world he's been raised in, it's kind of hard not to have that mindset of others where like we're like the greatest family around. You should feel like you're standing on the shoulders of giants.
Yeah, exactly. I
Mhm.
totally get that. So yeah, it would only. I mean, if you're raised in that environment, absolutely, you'll be haughty. Makes all the sense in the world.
What a hottie. Son of a...
Slaying me, Robert. You're slaying me.
Okay, I'll get the rest
Cool.
of the crowd.
Simone looks like she's all
I
set again.
might wait for my flaws until or like my second flaw until I have answered questions, if that's okay.
Oh, absolutely. That sounds great.
Cool.
No.
Simone, are you looking? How are you doing? How's yours? Oh, you're muted.
I think I'm done,
Cool.
but
Yeah.
there's an option for flaw effect, but I don't know what that is.
Well, you technically can make flaws into like a more mechanical thing, but I'm more concerned about using it as like a flavor, kind of getting into the mind of your character, that kind of thing. So don't worry about that right now.
Okay.
And we can, and also I want to kind of put out there to you players, the Discord on the Kids on Brooms chat. Let's talk about it. If you like, if you guys look at if you all look at um the option to have mechanical effects with flaws, and that really appeals to you, then bring it up. I can't guarantee we're going to go with it if that's what you wanted to do. It's kind of we have to kind of figure it out as a group. um but yeah, I mean, use the channel, the chat when we're not on stream, to kind of discuss things. That's we're everyone,
There is,
we're each other's sounding board, so don't be shy about that kind of thing.
there's nothing wrong with Juan Marcos Alexander. He's perfect and
I think that means he is haughty or arrogant or
That
very
there
self-assured.
is a
cocky.
flaw.
Yeah, I got cocky.
Cocky, yeah. Good one. I know you're gonna have a hard time role playing that, but you give it your best shot, buddy. All right. All right, are we good to move on?
Doing anything ever
Are you guys good?
Yeah.
More?
already.
I'm good.
More.
Promotion.
All right. So let's see. So next, let's do familiars. Let's figure out what your familiars are. So your familiars, the only real mechanical thing that they do, well, it's not really a mechanical thing, but there is a one-way telepathic communication you have with your familiar. You can have them do very basic things, very animal intelligence level things, and that kind of stuff. But they don't help you with casting or anything like that. It's just it's more of a flavor slash a cool little thing where you can make them do what you need with small things, etc., etc.
Um, William's familiar is like like a small black like pseudo dragon, like a little
Cool.
tiny that just like hangs around his shoulders, and uh, everyone else probably has like in the school probably has like a bird or a bat or a cat or something, but like this is like his family's like all of them have like little tiny dragons with them.
And
Plus, it goes.
maybe they're the generation of dragon matches the generation of family member. So your dragon is the child of your parents' dragon or something like that.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That'd be neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. This is a
Waller
magic
was
school.
the guy who helped you.
Cool.
Waller was the guy who helped your family tame dragons.
Ooh, yes.
Oh,
He's
interesting. That's neat. Yeah,
how old is
we have
Walter?
linked them together. I don't know the answer to that question. We
That's a
didn't
very
get
good
that
question.
far. So it could be centuries old. It can be 10 years old. We can figure that out.
10 years old.
Hey,
I don't know.
you have
Magic,
to
man.
establish you have to establish your school sometime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
All
I
right.
guess.
All right. So does everybody have a familiar? Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, I got
Excellent.
one.
All right. Let's see. We already have our names. So let's see. Let's see. So that's why I'm kind of looking at the sheets real quick. So for uh, I'm not sure if we might just do this off stream, but like the wand and broom makeups. So like as we kind of discussed before in chat, instead of having a wand, you can absolutely have another thing. So like if you want a staff, if you want a ring, the Juan Alexander's bracelet, or a wand,
That's cool.
or an amulet, or whatever, go with that. And then just basically choose two things that you wanted to help you with, and we can kind of go through that again. I don't want to kind of spring that on you right now. And then we have to, for the broom. The only reason I'm not really concerned about that yet is because we have to figure out what kind of like magic skates do we wear? What are they called? We might have to develop that one in chat, I'm thinking.
Yeah, definitely. I like thinking of the random sports mixed together was like, all right, what random sport? And then I was like, God, the name is gonna eat at like my skull forever.
As it should. As it should. Excellent.
I really like that. I really like the idea of like rollerblades as a method of magical transportation, because I've been picturing like the winged boots that like
Oh.
Hermes has in Greek mythology,
Mhm.
which I feel like is kind of like a cool, like magical lineage for that technology to have, of like kind of enchanters and stuff in ancient times used these like boots that let you fly around, like what's his face in that Jupiter Ascending movie, Channing Tatum. I don't know if y'all saw that.
Yep.
I totally missed that one.
He has like floating rollerblades that he uses to like skate on the sides of buildings. It's so cool.
Well, that's neat. So I can see, yeah, I can see where that would be like advancing the theme. Maybe that's it. They like, you're playing in like a circular, like a cylindrical room or something, and going upside down and on the walls and all kinds of stuff with these magical skates, etc. So that's pretty cool. So let's do this if you guys are cool with it. These are like the basic stats. I mean, besides that, again, choosing what your wand is made up is basically choosing, it's basically like choosing the stats you want to be more powerful in because of the wand. There's a wood that it's made up of and a core. I don't know where they got that whole concept from, but it's out there. And then like, so basically this is the same concept. So if like for example, for Juan Marcos's bracelet, like you know the bracelet's made of like snake bones, and then it gives this additive type of thing. The core, inside there is, the Bruja heart he put. Actually, I'm looking at Juan Marcos's right now.
Actually, alebrija.
Ooh,
Brujeria.
Brujeria is Spanish for witchcraft.
Excellent. So like that's like a
Alebrije is
charm on it or something like that. So again, kind of put that together, and then it really doesn't matter. I'm not, for example, like a specific wood in the wand makeup gives you +1 to this using this kind of magic. This thing making up your core gives you a +1 to this type of magic. So basically, yeah, just pick one. They can't duplicate themselves, but basically, figure out what stats you want boosted by your magical accoutrement, your magical thing. So +1 and
Okay.
+1, and you can put that in your magic bonus.
Figured out, Scott.
mine. I wasn't very creative in the wood department, but the core is made of like dragon bone. Very
Indeed.
dragon related.
Very
You know,
very
going-
dragon focused family, I see.
Listen, I love dragons, and once Robert brought in the dragon speak, I was like, I'm in.
Can you imagine? It was like, what products does dragon give? It's like, imagine dragon's milk, you know?
Yeah, I can imagine dragon.
It's like,
Wanna
or
imagine that.
your dragon, or do you kill them and it's dragon oil that you kind of grind out of their bodies or whatever. So that's interesting. So that's something to think about for next time. Kind of bring that up, or think it over. What dragon products did your family make their fortune on? That kind of thing. So okay. So again, I'm not too worried about the stats for the wand and everything. Again, add +1 in here, +1 there as you like for each stat. And again, you don't have to use the wand. You can use anything you like. Any of the magic type of accoutrements. And then the broom part, which is also in the kind of your character sheet. We'll figure out what we call those skates. There must be some kind of magical name for them. And then what they're made of, again, gives you some kind of mechanical benefit, and just choose that from the broom list and pop it in there. So yeah, and we can come back to that. I think we're going to have a whole bunch of time. We're making really good progress here. So we can always come back to that and kind of talk it out. But for purposes of getting to know your character, that's not as important. Let's see. I'm just kind of looking through the thing. So then we have the other thing, which does have a mechanical aspect to it, is your fear. You're afraid of something. And the system actually reacts to this. So, like, for example, the example they use for everything is snakes in the book. So, for example, if you're somewhere and there's a snake that slithers by your path, and now you know that there's snakes around, but you may not be able to see them. Now you're getting a -1 to your rolls. It can go up to a -3 depending on, like, if you're covered in snakes, they drop on you or something, then you're -3 to your roll to deal with your fear. And there are ways to overcome that, but that's something to talk about when we're actually in the middle of that in gameplay. But yeah, so think about what your fear is, and it can be or like a physical thing like heights or snakes. It can be like, again, one Marcos here has failing.
Damn it, that was gonna be mine.
It can be. You guys, that might be something you bond over as characters.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So you have
like very different people coming from very different backgrounds, but both having like the same fear. That's really cool.
Excellent, totally. And yeah, that's a bonding thing potentially. So yeah, kind of think about that is. I'm assuming, again, I think you guys have been kind of ruminating over your characters for a while. I've tried my best to hold you back, but I know you've been kind of thinking about stuff. So, and that's okay. That means you're enthusiastic, and that's groovy. So, yeah. So let's pop something in fear, and I just want to see if I think that kind of covers the main stuff. We can kind of go back. We're gonna do relationships. But before we do relationships, I want to re-meet your
That's the best
characters
part.
and kind of get to know each other a little better. And then we can go into relationships, and you'll be doing, you'll basically, the process will be for each character, each of you will have to decide, do I know them or do I not know them? For every character you know, you're going to have to pick 2 questions and answer them. For anyone you don't know, there is 1, and these are all from question tables. They make a bunch of tables in the back here. So just something to think about. But before we do that, in order to kind of facilitate, asking these questions or forming these relationships with each other, let's get to know more of who you are first. So I'm thinking you guys are pretty set with, like, again, I'm not concerned about the wand or the broom part. We can work that out later. The stats are really what's important to add on here. All right. Does anyone want to volunteer to be the first to reintroduce your character with all the new information we've learned? Anyone at all?
I'll do it.
All right. Katic is volunteering. All right. The brave one, the actor, the one who's done this before. Take some
brave.
chances.
You say brave, but it's more of like I gotta do this.
Yeah. You throw if you don't throw yourself out the window of or out the door of the airplane, you'll never do the parachute jump.
I would never do that to begin with.
Up out of every window I see.
Well, I was gonna get you all guys all set up with parachuting lessons, but that's now out of the question. So
He's going back to the
Percent.
loop where he couldn't die.
if at first you don't succeed,
So
Parachute that I haven't cut.
so I'm just going through like all the new information.
yeah, kind
as
of
well.
yeah, like new information. If you want to expand on anything from your character that kind of picking out your your strengths or weaknesses have kind of brought out in your mind pertaining to them. Now is a good time. Now we can do the above 50 words description.
So
So-
yeah, I'm playing William Oakhurst. He is the youngest of his family. He has two older siblings that go to the school, and they definitely not only standing in his entire family's shadow, he has to like live up to their expectations. So like he's scared of like failing, just in general, but also his siblings. And what motivates him the most is like proving himself that like not only can he meet those expectations, but he can stand above them. He is an underclassman. This is his not first year, maybe like first or second year going to Wallers. So it's either very new or familiar. His wand, as I said, is birch and dragonbone. It has been passed down from like each generation. His older siblings didn't really get it. It was more of like, this is a gift for you. You're the younger one. You're more important.
you won't fail like these two.
You will be my I'll live through you vicariously. His familiar is a black scaled pseudo dragon named Rune, who is with him at all times, usually hanging on his neck, like almost like cuddling it, but it could very much well be choking him at times of great stress when the dragon is scared. His strengths are innocence. He's wealthy and he's quite intuitive. But his flaws are that he is haughty and judgmental. He despite having despite being around so many people from different backgrounds, he hasn't learned anything. So he's still very much like nose in the air. I'm better than you.
Right, yeah. He's a product of his upbringing.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice. Yeah, excellent. Let's see if you missed anything. Looks like you got it all, so good job. All right, who is next? Tell me some more about your character. The things you will not hear at a gaming convention. Hey, I want to hear more about your character, because people will just crowd you. It's scary. So who wants to go next? I want to hear about your character on the stream. Not the convention. Anybody jumping in? Robert, how about
I can go.
Robert? Philip's going on. Phil's going.
You volunteered.
Valerie
next.
Falstaff, whose pronouns I will change later.
I was ready to throw you under the bus, Robert. I was ready.
No, I'll do it.
Go, Valerie, get this.
I haven't met a bus
Okay.
big enough.
So, I'm still trying to figure out a little bit of stuff,
Sure.
specifically what I'm studied in as a faculty.
Oh, sure.
But yeah, I'm Valerie Falstaff. I am a rain nymph, and one of my flaws is cursed. And I think that somehow I got disconnected from whatever rain magic there is. And so like I'm kind of stuck in a more human type state. And so my fear is stagnant water, which is both like a literal physical thing and also like a metaphor of just kind of rain wants to be part of the cycle, wants to be able to keep going on
Ooh,
in
neat.
the world and be able to end up in the ocean and come back into the clouds and come in storms off the coast. And so I don't want to end up just like in a pool somewhere,
Right.
metaphorically speaking. Then I am right around 30, I think. My strengths are easygoing and gifted. And then my other flaw is blunt.
Oh.
I've experienced curses. I've experienced how there's not great stuff going on in the world, and I am not going to mollycoddle people just because they're young, because that's
Ooh.
exactly the position I was in when I ended up getting cursed and
Wow.
have been cut off ever since from my people.
I wanted to make a note that I've been trying to work mollycoddle into a sentence for 4 years now, and you just took it from me. So that hurts a lot. Just want you to know that.
Hey, it's something we can bond over, right?
Yeah,
We can
pain.
both do it.
Yeah, pain. It's out
I
there.
was gonna be
Cool.
like, you remember that time I did something you couldn't never do?
Exactly.
Hold it over your head. Ha ha. You couldn't do ha.
So let's see. No, so your familiar
I'm-
is Robin. It looks like, yeah. Did you mention that, or did
Yes, I did not mention that. No, but yeah, robins are active in the rain, so
I? Nice.
I
Oh yeah,
have a
they're trying to
familiar
eat
little
worms.
bird like that.
Nice.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to be studied in fight because in the book it said that fight is used for like oh no, I'm sorry. It says that grit is I want to be studied in grit. It said that grit is used for like um protecting people and blocking people. So I figured that like I would have kind of dedicated my studies to like trying to prevent other people from being cursed.
Oh, neat. Okay, yeah. So
Sort of a one trick pony, I guess.
okay, and do you have a wand or another accoutrement?
Well, so I actually wanted to ask Robert. I was thinking of doing a bracelet of some sort, but I don't want to like take the aesthetic away. That's more than just like a personality characteristic, and I feel like that's more tied specifically to Juan Marcos Alexander's um, culture that he's coming from. So I haven't really decided what I have yet.
Okay,
Um,
and you
I was
can't
originally
you.
thinking bracelet, but I don't know if you would feel like I was stepping on your toes, Robert.
My toes are pretty big. Everybody steps on them, so you're more than welcome to.
All right,
Okay,
so
So
feel
you're
cool. Well,
fine.
free.
Don't worry about
we'll
it.
stick a pin in it, and I will decide later.
Awesome. All right, cool. And all right, so faculty. I can only imagine again the bluntness kind of coming into play when dealing with kids and students, and I'm very interested to see what happens to kids who don't pay attention in Valerie's class.
What's
Be
wrong? Dead. No sugarcoating here.
We don't sugarcoat it. You're gonna
But I'm
die.
also easygoing, so there's a nice
There's a nice
Oh,
dichotomy. Yeah.
You're dead.
Awesome. All right. That is cool. I like that. Who is next? No pressure. Pressure building now.
Either way,
I
one of
mean,
you.
I can go.
All right. Let's hear about Mathieu Poitier.
Please stop saying it because when
Say
I
it
say it,
again.
it's gonna be bad.
I'll do it badly then. Matthew Porter. Matthew Porter.
Yeah, that works.
Matthew Poutine.
Yes. My character is Matthew Potier. He is an unlikely ally. He's 13 years old. His fear is he has stage fright because I'm
Ooh.
really trying to go with that NPC kind of feel.
Right. You want to be pulled into the spotlight. That's cool.
Yeah. So his flaws are timid and clumsy because, NPCs, they never talk to you unless you talk to them. And there's always like an escort quest, so
Oh
they
my
tend to
goodness.
be more clumsy.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Um,
That's good.
strengths are easygoing, innocent, and prepared because, you know, there's always that one NPC that just like randomly has that one item when you go to sell your items. It's like, why do you have a large rusty spoon? I don't know, but I have it, you know?
That's so cool.
Saving it just for this very occasion. But you would need a large rusty spoon.
um, his animal familiar is a large golden orb weaver, which is just a skillshilla, but in real life. And they're terrifying, and I hate them, but I love them.
And so, how big is it? Is it like hand
What is it?
size? Like,
They can be very large. They can be like face size. Like their body is about like 6 inches,
The
but the
animal?
legs, golden orb weaver.
Golden orb weaver.
They are
That sounds
terrifyingly large. They're
Spider.
yeah.
gotcha. Very cool. So, does it have a name? Out of curiosity.
Oh, it's a spider.
It's a spider.
It's a spider.
It's a spider. I don't know. I didn't really think of a name for it. It's a spider. Do you name your pet spiders?
I don't know. Does it answer?
I don't know. I have to figure
Spider
that out, I
got the hump.
guess.
Yeah, I named my pet Spider. Snack.
That spider got junk in the trunk.
Yeah, honestly. Um, and for the wands, I was thinking rings initially.
Mhm.
And since Matthew has multiple rings on, I was thinking like one ring could act as like the wand, and another could act as like the core.
Oh, neat. So yeah, so it's
Uh,
like a combination of the two powers combined. Boom.
yeah, yeah. So I have one made of brass, which would be like brass knuckles that would add one to his fight,
Oh, nice.
and
Cool.
one made out of titanium, which would add one to his grit.
Very cool.
Beautiful.
That's hilarious. That's awesome. Good job. All right. Cool. I'm glad to hear about Matthew. That's awesome. Yes, the NPC character turned character. I like it. All right. That leaves last but certainly not least, Robert. Tell us about your
I
character.
am playing Juan Marcos Alexander. He's a 14-year-old. His pronouns are he and him, but he doesn't care what you call him. He's more used to being called a bastard or cockroach, so it doesn't really matter to him.
Cucaracha.
He's got a fear of failing. Yeah, cucaracha, or I don't want to say the other word because it's bad.
It's bad.
Motivation. He wants to be the best witch in the world, the best bruje in the world.
Neat.
He's an underclassman. We'll skip over the broom. Wand. His wand is made out of snake bone on the
Yeah, so
outside. It's
so is it a wand or the
a
bracelet?
and the bracelet, and what? It's a snake. I didn't know. I was going too fast, so it wraps around like the wrist, the snake, and then it comes up, and it uh goes over the
The index finger?
like
Oh, I see.
it
Like wraps around there. That's cool.
connects to the index finger. Yeah. Um,
Don't
and
point.
then the tail comes out onto his. It's super cool. It's like a snake wrapping around him. The wood, snake bone that it adds a +1 to his charm, and the core it's an alebrije heart. The alebrije is like a mystical animal that comes around on. That is kind of like a fairy, like a ferryman for the dead. So I thought that would be cool to add it to,
It's like a water
add a
fairy,
+1
kind
to
of.
Oh,
flight.
hey,
It's like
Valerie, I got
Aaron, but like
my
a
wrist.
magical animal.
Gotcha. Cool, cool. And what's your animal
And then
familiar?
my animal familiar, its name is Frio, and it's a western diamondback rattlesnake.
Oh my
It's
god.
very cool, very dangerous, but it's I call it Frio because he's always super cold because he's no longer in the desert.
Oh wow, you're freaking Portland. Yeah, not known for
Yeah,
its
he's got a.
balmy weather.
I have a very large coat that he hangs out in with me.
Neat. Yeah, I like it. Let's see. Let me
And
see
then
here.
am I missing anything? My strengths, right?
Yeah, let's hear about your strengths.
Because I'm an underclassman, my strength was innocence, and that's pretty cool. It adds I can spend two adversity tokens to convince an adult to not get us in trouble. Was like a good deal.
Yeah.
My other strength was easygoing, and I could use two, or I get two adversity tokens when I fail a check, which is also super fun. And then the last one I took was lucky.
hmm
That means I get to spend two adversity tokens to reroll a stat check, but not the magic dice, whatever the hell that means.
We'll get to that. That's fine.
And then for the flaws, I chose cocky and competitive because that just feels right, you know?
Yeah. Then did I get the impression that he's
That's
like
it.
the like suave debonair, hit
Yeah,
puberty a little
it's
too early type of
I don't know
kid?
about super suave. Yeah, he's definitely very charming. It's really fun because I have salsa music going. The playlist I put together has got a lot of salsa music, and I've been listening to it this whole time. So I've just been feeling like a really tropical vibe this entire time. It's been pretty great. Really added to this whole experience.
Good job. All right. I'll take it.
It's awesome.
Oh, all right. That's all of you guys. So let's. So next step. Now that we kind of get to have a better feel of who you are, again, and for each of you, you kind of get. I hope you get a better feel for who everybody is and how you would kind of get along with them and that kind of good stuff. So now we're gonna cross over and start off relationship questions. So let's do that. Let's see. So as I said, each person will. I think I'm not sure. I think we can probably do like do each person and get all their stuff done. 2 questions or one, and then we can go to the next. Um, but basically, it's like for each person you're gonna be. I'm gonna ask you. Well, you're to roll, and then that's gonna generate a question each. So it's 2 questions for someone you know, 1 question for someone you don't know. And you'll kind of decide who you know, who you don't know as we kind of go along. So let's do that. Let's see. All right, relationship questions. So there's going to be one negative and one positive for the people you know, and then kind of a general people you don't know. So who? I know there's a lot of volunteering here. You're gonna have to get used to that with me. I'm sorry. I need volunteers for stuff. I'm happy to choose. Oh, we got our perpetual volunteer chaotic. Good job, blazing the trail for all others.
You
Awesome.
put it back down because I didn't want to talk to you anymore. Try it.
It's so I don't have to do it last.
Yeah, get it over with. That's the way I go with it. Yeah, get over with first, and then yeah. I mean, you can only you're doing fine. You're doing fine.
I mean, we could just go in the order we did before.
Let's go. Okay, let's go. William. Let's start with
Let's
William.
go chaotic.
Let's go chaotic. Exactly with a C.
Yeah, with the CH.
Yeah, with a CH, not a K. All right. So let's do this. So I suppose I'll bring you here. So on the Roll20, you notice Roll20 is very like there's nothing there yet, and there's a reason for that, which is until now I'm not quite sure what to add there. But we'll pause some stuff there. For generally speaking, this is our dice roller also. So what I'd like you to do, Kanik, is in the little blank at the bottom. If you haven't used Roll20 before, you're gonna type in /roll, and I'll kind of do it here for you. So roll 1d20, and you'll kind of see what happens there. So you can see it's basically the forward slash right by your question mark. No space. Oh, there he goes.
Do I
Perfect.
roll it twice?
Yeah, let's start off with this one first. So who are we talking to? Who are we talking about first?
Juan Marcos.
All right, Juan
I'd say
Marcos.
he definitely knows him.
Yeah.
And you definitely know. Okay, you definitely knows. So all right, so this is a positive thing about them. So this character once protected you from something dangerous. What happened?
I'd like to think while we were on, it was like a magical like field trip. We were going through the woods of like it was like all right, class, we're going on this see magical plants, magical creatures. Like this large wolf-like creature was like sniffing out, looking for food or trouble or whatever, and it like just comes like almost bum rushing me, and then freaking Juan Marcos Alexander comes out of nowhere, like somehow like messes with its mind so that it's like terrified of me now, and it just runs.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, so it's just like
That really
this
works
is not.
because
Yeah, it's like this
I
is
want
not
to
a
be
thing you
super
want
into illusion magic, and that's beautiful.
That's awesome.
This isn't a thing you want to eat. Go.
Excellent. All right, so do another roll for me, and that'll be the negative thing about Juan Marcos that you know about.
Ooh, there's nothing. It's nothing. It's never gonna.
All right, you
be
got a
thing.
14. So, so why won't you be alone in a classroom with this character?
William feels like he's too much like him. They're like very like much like while I'm haughty and he's cocky, it's almost the same thing. It's just like, God, this guy's annoying. Ugh.
You kind of need other people to kind of even things out, and kind of like if this is a social recipe, you need something to even out the salt and the spice, you know.
Yeah, he needs someone who isn't like who doesn't act like an ass.
Like they own the place, gotcha.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Like, oh God, I can't be with this guy.
All right, awesome. All right, so let's go to Matthew. How about Matthew next? So you're gonna. This is a relationship with Matthew. So do you know or not know Matthew, or William? Sorry.
I think he might know Matthew.
And Matthew, you can get in on this. You can decide between the two of you if you know each other or not, and that kind of thing. So don't be shy about jumping out there.
I feel like it'd be one-sided. I feel like Matthew would know, but not be known. You know?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Are you down with that, William?
Yeah, so maybe like he doesn't like like you know everyone, but it's like you try to stay in like the back. Right?
Oh my goodness, that is so on. What's the word I'm looking for? What do the kids say? On fleek.
On brand.
On
On fleek, that is not even close.
No, I don't know. I picked this up. I'm in my 40s. That's like I have to pick up what I can. It's just not even funny. I'm gonna just so you know that's already edited out of the YouTube version of this, so we're cool. I'm cool, or at least I appear cool. It's the appearance thing.
Live.
We'll go with on brand.
A D20 for this as well.
Yes. All right, an 8. So, all right. So, based on what you know, how is this character different from the rest of their family? So you don't know them. Again, you don't know them, but you maybe know kind of them. That's the feel here of this side of the story.
Maybe they're a lot less open than their family. Like by open, I mean like again, adding onto the staying more in the background. Maybe like their family is is a like regionally known, not like well known, but like they have like a thing they do, but you're just like the opposite of that.
Cool. What do you think, Matthew? Does that sound workable?
Yeah, it sounds on brand.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, burn.
Oh man, now I gotta write that one down. Okay, don't use on fleek. I thought that was totally a thing. Okay, I'm old now.
I mean,
older,
it is, but not that way. Yes, but
is that not?
Us millennials, we don't know.
Did you use it?
Oh my god. And Emily is giving me some crap in chat about that. I really have to look that up. I could swear it was like on brand. I was sending them there, but I probably said something I probably should have looked up in like the Urban Dictionary or something. But we'll figure that out later off stream. I'll figure that out. Okay, so cool, that works. So last but not least, William. Does William know Valerie?
I mean, it's his teacher. I'd assume so. I think so. Yeah.
All right. So give me a D20, and let's see what the positive thing you know about them is. That's a 12. Why do you feel safest with this character around?
Ooh.
Like, she's the most protective teacher in the school. Like, legitimately, literally, trying to keep us out of danger. Like, even back in that, when that giant wolf creature came out and tried to eat my face off, while Juan Marcos was the one who made it go away, she was like, "Are you hurt? Are you okay? Like, did everything? You're good? All right." Just like keeping an eye on me the entire time, and I feel like I won't get in any sort of danger with my professor around.
Cool. Valerie, does that sound workable?
Yeah, seems
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, if it's totally off-brand, you're allowed to kind of step in and say, "Yeah, that's not quite. How about this?" We can work it out with each other. So that's cool. All right. So give me another D20. This will be the negative thing you know about Valerie Falstaff.
Rolled a 13.
A 13. What forbidden spell does this character know that you've been researching?
Ooh.
You know what? Let's say it's forbidden for reasons of it could be he's trying to learn like time magic in order to help either go back and see what his legacy holds, or just give him an advantage at any point in time he wants to. Win a race, slow down time, and be the best you can be.
So is it forbidden maybe because it can get out of control and next thing you know you're running next to a dinosaur type of thing, or
Yeah, like 1 minute I'm 14, the next I'm like 80.
Trust me, it goes fast. You won't even
Quite literally, this would go fast.
Quite literally. Good point. All right.
So that's a spell that I know that you've been researching, William.
Yeah,
He really wants to know.
It's forbidden, but you're like, you can't do that.
Who knows?
Excellent. Does that sound?
Got some super cool
that sound
magic
good?
out of this deal.
Yeah, that works. That's great.
All right. Okay. So that's Kedek. Good job, Kedek. You did them all. You got through it all. You were the first. Very proud. Very proud. So that wasn't so bad, was it, people?
No, everybody do better than that.
Everybody do better. Oh my God. On that note, so who would like to go next? Any volunteers, or should I just pick one at random? How about Matthew?
It's always me. Why is it always me? All right, it's fine. I'll go.
I'm curious to find more about Matthew. So let's see. Okay. So did you see how I rolled the dice? Do you want me to walk you through that real quick on Roll20? Or you got it? Oh, good job.
I got it.
Perfect.
You said 2d20?
No, 1d20. You're fine. So we'll call it a 15.
15 and a 2. We're supposed to roll 2, right?
You will.
One at a time. The interesting way of not doing it the way.
Yeah.
This does it also. We're going to take the first one 15, the second one will be 2, assuming this is someone that you know.
Someone that I know.
So let's start with Valerie Falstaff. Do you know? I'm assuming you know Valerie Falstaff. All right.
Everyone's taking the class. They have to.
Nice. All right, so 15 on the character that you know positive. So you share a common interest in something weird and non-magical with this person. What is it?
It totally water reading.
What is water reading?
The art of water reading. It's taking water, putting energy into it, freezing it, and then reading the crystalline structure. It tells you a little bit about how you're feeling, how your future is going to go. You can take it a lot of ways.
Interesting. All right.
Ooh.
Does that sound cool, Valerie?
Yeah, works great.
Awesome. All right, and so the 2 will be the negative thing about this person. So what secret do you need to keep from this character to protect yourself? Ooh.
I don't know.
Like I can give example. I can give. In fact, everybody jump in with ideas if you have them.
What if you accidentally had a hand in them being cursed?
I'm actually the main character. I'm the main villain in disguise.
Oh my gosh, I'm not that good. I couldn't have arranged that.
Since Valerie's so super anti-curse, I would say there was a curse put on my family, or a threat of a curse put on my family, but it hasn't come to fruition, and there's no telling if it will or not.
Oh, that's interesting. So you kind of wanted to keep it from your teacher just in case they get freaked out by you because of that.
Yeah,
That would be bad for your grades and everything else, literally.
yeah.
Well, that's
It could add
cool.
some bias to something.
Very nice. Very awesome. I like that. All right.
Cool.
Then we go to William Oakhurst.
The hour? No.
Do you, what does Matthew know about? Does Matthew know or not know William Oakhurst?
How would it work for know of William?
That'd be
Well, I
like
mean, like-
that'd be the don't know the know of, but
Yeah, because like
Okay.
a lot of people would know of him, but I wouldn't say they would directly know him because of,
Yeah.
his family. It's I think know of would work because his family's like standing.
okay. So you want to pick that one?
Yeah. So what is that? 1d20?
Yep, 1D something. 1D20. All right. Looks like an 18, yes?
18.
All right. Let's see. Ooh. What is this character doing to threaten their family's reputation in the school? Which is a appropriate one for this.
So
This is interesting.
perfect.
Yeah, that sounds good.
What do you know
That's juicy.
about William Oakhurst and that they're doing to jeopardize their family's standing? Which is a huge thing to the
I
Oakhursts, the Portland Oakhursts.
I have no idea. I've always liked the idea of it's like just this facade, but like in reality, this person's like nowhere near as charismatic as they let on, you know?
So yeah, so basically like, well, I mean that's what I'm planning on playing it as. Like everything he's putting on is to show it's a face because
That's what
he's
his family requires of him.
yeah meet these you must meet these expectations, and like not meeting them is like gonna ruin our image.
Yeah, so something along the lines of maybe William isn't as smart as he says he is, and he does a lot of like private tutoring on the side that he doesn't want anyone to know about because he wants to be, just naturally gifted.
Oh, that's so cool. Cool.
You can't lose to that.
Yeah,
Awesome. All right.
my brains is about an average, so yeah, I'd say that works.
That's
Cool.
awesome.
All right, so let's go to Juan Marcos Alexander. What do you know or not know that person?
I want to know one.
You
Why
want to
is
know
he
one?
so-
I want to know why.
All right, let's roll another d20 for the. What do you know? Ooh, a 14. So let's see. You and this character first experienced something profoundly emotional together. What was it?
Ooh,
It's like a positive experience between the two of you.
a positive experience, a positive emotional
Well-
experience.
Well, an emotional experience. This is a positive thing you know about them. So you've shared some kind of emotional experience that in some way was a positive thing to you. Not necessarily to them, but to you.
Ooh,
It could be different.
Okay.
what if it's something like oh man, now I lost it. I had something and it's gone.
Means it wasn't important. Shades on.
You'll remember it at 4 a.m. It's fine. Let's
Maybe
see.
something along the lines of his grandfather, since that's a huge part of
Ooh.
the character.
Oh, like did Juan
Ooh.
Marcos do some kind of like was it like looking at a picture of his grandfather and Matthew kind of walked up on it and kind of heard about the story of your grandfather and his experience or something like that?
Yeah,
My
probably.
grandpa was a bad guy. He robbed banks with illusion magic. What if like
Dude,
That's
you're the only person that knows uh that my grandpa was a
Was a colonel?
I don't know, man.
Was
That
a bad
works.
boy.
My great grandpa.
Yeah, I mean,
What if you're just the only person that knows about my family history? Well, we talked about it and we bonded. I was you're
I'm
the only
okay with
person
that.
I've told.
okay. Cool. All right, that works for me. That's an emotional thing. All right, so then let's look at the negative. So 19. Let's see here. That's weird. How far along are you in your plan to get this character removed from the school?
What the hell?
That's a
Oh
weird one.
yeah. He comes from a family of criminals. We got to get him out of here.
Well, I don't want to put that. That's not a good question. I don't like that question. That kind of puts a lot on your relationship and a lot assumed. Let's re-roll that. Let's roll. Let's, you know what? Actually, the instructions let me go from what, like add or subtract one. Let's go. Ooh, this is interesting. What's the last thing you stole from this character? So you stole something. That's more realistic. Okay.
Thanks for sharing this important information. Now I'm gonna kick you out for it.
What'd you steal?
I don't know how engrossed in Spanish culture you are, but in my family at least, there's always these little like trinkets that are like handmade, and they serve no purpose but to sit on your desk and be like, oh yeah, my great great grandmother made that for me on like last Easter, you know?
Yeah.
So like one of those like weird knit doilies that no one needs.
Oh, you didn't even
That's
steal
like
like
the
you stole like a family heirloom. Just be like, here, it's mine.
It's mine now.
yeah. It's
That's
like
cool.
it's like the only thing I have like that reminds me of my family back home in Puerto Penasco.
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, this is going to cause so much drama at some point. I can pretty much guarantee it.
Oh,
Like one of
no.
those lace doilies that they make from scratch, like from hand.
Oh my god, that's gonna cause some stuff.
And it's got like a super cool pattern to it.
Yeah.
All right, that's awesome.
Nice.
All right, I think that's everybody for Matthew. So is that one right? I think, yeah, we got everybody. Yep. So let's last but not least, Juan Marcos Alexander. Let's go for William Oakhurst. Do you know them or not? Actually, hold that thought. We're actually at our halfway point.
Yeah.
This is where I like to do a break. Give us all 10 minutes to do things. Sitting around for 3 hours straight is tough. But yeah, so let's do this. I'm gonna go to the away screen, mute stuff on our end, and take 10. Come back, and we'll reconvene and continue with Juan Marcos's relationship information. Sound good?
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
See you guys in 10. All right. And we're back from our break, and I was wrong. It's not last but not least. We still have Valerie and Juan to go. But let's just, since I already picked on Juan, let's go with that. So let's see, y'all. All right. Let's start with. Did we do William already? Yeah. So Juan, do you know William?
Yeah.
And did we take care of William's relationship yet?
I know him.
Okay. All right. Give me your dice rolls.
I know
Let's
this
see what you got. All right. 17. Let's see here. You saw this character do something nice for someone without making it about them. What was it?
I know. Character development.
That's so deep. We're forcing it on him now.
Ah, nice. I can't be.
It's the thing that's threatening his reputation at the school.
That's nice.
What was that again?
So let's see here. So you saw this character do something nice for someone else without making it about them. What was it?
Okay. What if somebody was struggling in class and he offered to help them figure out why they're not really connecting with this certain topic.
Okay, so he basically tried to help someone out, basically, correct a problem or tutor them or something like that, or offer a little insight.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he doesn't like he doesn't like to fail at things, and like seeing someone else fails stuff. Like he knows he knows what it feels like to fail and what what it feels like to
Oh
have
wow.
some sort of expectation. So like
And they were
you know
and they were earnestly trying to get better. I
Yeah.
think that's what made the difference for.
That's really cool. That's nice. Yes. Forced character development. Suck it up, William Oakhurst. All right. All right. Roll the die again. We'll do the thing negative.
Oh, this part's more fun. I get to say what I hate about him.
Oh my god. All right. Let's see. So 3. All right. So what magical object did this character have that you want to take from them?
Ooh. I think they have a really cool magical like timepiece.
Ooh.
oh like
Like
a watch.
like it
A
yeah,
pocket
like
watch type
a
of thing or
watch,
something?
but it like yeah, it does something super cool. What would that be?
Well, maybe it helps with the studying of
give
that
me
It's
ideas
his
for.
time stuff. It's his time thing.
time
He's trying to
thing.
use it for like the focus for his
Oh
time spell that
yes,
he's wanting to learn. He doesn't know how to use
Oh.
it yet, but
yeah.
eventually.
Oh, that's so cool. Good one.
That's it.
See, thank you, Philip, for jumping in, by the way. That's
Smart
what I'm
stuff.
talking about.
Got you.
This is a group thing.
It's
Initiative.
Thank
like
You're all
it's
rocking
like
this
that
so
magical
much.
artifact from that one thing that somehow the name has slipped all of our heads.
That's fine.
Jurassic Park.
Okay. Jurassic Park. No, it's not Jurassic Park. Okay. All right. How do I mute Robert's mic again? I forget. I'll have to look it up. So
What's
okay, cool.
going?
So that's awesome. That's again forced character development. Ah. All right. Let's go to Matthew. Do you know Matthew?
Yes, I do know Matthew.
All right.
I
Give
think I'm
me.
one of the few people in class that does know Matthew.
Oh, neat. All right, go ahead and give me a roll. Let's see.
Ooh, that's a 1.
It's a 1. I think I already rolled a 1, so let's go to 2. Yeah. So, why did you spend the summer at this character's home instead of your own? Ooh, that's a lot of forced character development. Wow, I'm not sure Matthew's ready for this.
Because I know she stole I know he stole something from me.
No, I think it was. Ooh, I don't know if we want to go there. That's not fun. Maybe there was some issues going down in Puerto Penasco that made traveling there almost impossible.
Oh, cool. So yeah, so you basically had to go to
Mm,
someone else's, and Matthew took you in. Matthew, does that sound something like something they do that
yeah,
works? That's workable. Cool.
Yep.
I mean we could also
And they,
yeah
yeah. So you guys, so the two of you basically hung out for a whole summer. You get to know the
yeah.
NPC.
Ooh, that's really fun because I'm like one of the only people that really knows anything about Matthew.
Oh wow, that's a strength and a
Okay,
danger. Matthew might have to take care of that someday.
that's right.
Take care of that.
All of my doilies have strangely gone
Oh.
missing.
All of them are strangely gone. Oh, at least I have this to remember my family by over the summer. Oh wait. Hold on.
Hey, Matthew, that doily looks kind of like mine. Do you think it's mine? No, I bought it.
I found this at like a flea market.
Nice. All right. Oh, did you already roll for
14
the
for the negative.
negative? All
You got
right.
it.
So let's see, 14. Actually, that one's already been done. So let's go to the next one. What? That's interesting. So, what curse has this character not fully recovered from yet? This actually, I think, builds into the curse thing that Matthew
Very
was.
well.
So Matthew, what was that curse? That do we figure that out, or do we need Juan Marcos to
Let
help
Robert
define it?
figure it out.
All right, what's the curse, Juan? On Marcos?
Ooh,
Kleptomania.
what if it's made their It's what if the curse is made their magic erratic.
Oh, interesting.
Like it's harder for them to connect to magical energies.
Or when it does, it's like a shock, a surprise, or
Yeah,
uncontrollable.
or
That's
every now
neat.
and then it'll have like unintended side effects.
That's cool.
Ooh.
All right. Do you want to go with that, Matthew?
Sort of like wild
That-
magic in 5e.
Like you try to make a plant grow, and it does grow, but it turns into like a giant carnivorous monster plant.
That
It's
that
what I
works with the kind of NPC incompetence. I like it.
That sounds
It's what I
beautiful.
planned,
Yeah.
but not intended.
That's funny.
You're watching.
And that'll be my go-to for failed rolls and stuff. Awesome. All right, cool. That sounds really neat. That's good. And again, Matthew Forrest, character development. All right.
Sure.
That brings us
Yeah.
to now. How about Valerie Falstaff? I'm assuming you know Valerie Falstaff, or have
I
you
don't
not
wanna do
taken
this
her
one.
class yet? Was that?
I'm just joking. I said I don't want to do this one.
All
I think I would I would know my teacher probably.
right. Give me your roll. Let's do the positive part. 19.
19. I think
Let's
we've
see.
already had a 19.
No, this is different. Oh, that's interesting. All right, so
It-
you and this character have somewhere secret in the school to go to that you think only the two of you know about. What is it?
Ooh.
Ooh, please, Valerie,
What if
please
I'm
contribute to
also
this.
taking
Is it like,
what if I'm also taking like a private lessons in my magic?
well,
What if
maybe.
it's like the room of necessity in that Jurassic Park movie?
Oh, we don't, the Jurassic Park movie. Well, let's see. What about something like maybe like behind like a waterfall feature or something like that? Finally, there's something behind the damn
Right.
thing.
I was gonna ask if I could interject, and I was literally gonna be like, "What if it's like a waterfall or something like that?"
Or
That'd be super cool.
alternatively, you said that there are like all these doors that go to different places.
Uh-huh.
What if there's like some sort of place back where Juan Marcos Alexander is from that like is connected to the roots of his family, and there's like a door there, and it's like somewhere really dry, and so like I don't know, it's somehow cathartic for Valerie to go there, and it helps Juan Marcos Alexander to like get to his roots. So they like do private tutoring there too, because Juan Marcos Alexander also needs tutoring, just like William.
Just like
Yes.
William.
Except
That
him
sounds
tutoring won't
good.
hurt its reputation.
All right. So okay, so there's a portal at school that you could both use, and it has meaning to both of you. It's again that dry place, etc., etc. Does that sound workable for both of you?
Yeah.
So maybe we can even say it's like a door that it's like it works for anybody, but you have to kind of know how to get to it. So it's like in this out of the way place, like a piece of furniture is in front of it, maybe, and it's a forgotten about door or something. So okay, we can definitely work with that. As a note, I'm going to be. I hope you go back through this episode, just kind of catch up to things. But I'm not taking notes now because I want to give you my full attention. But I will be going back through this and doing my own notes, just kind of because these are all awesome little hooks and ploys and etc. So awesome! All right, so now, last but not least, we have Valerie Falstaff.
Cool.
All right, so let's go right back to Juan Marcos Alexander. Do you know
Okay.
this person? I'm assuming you do. It seems
Yes, obviously I do now.
excellent.
This is great. Is
All
it
right.
exclamation point roll?
No, it's
or is it-
it's slash. So like
Okay.
under your question mark slash roll 1d20. Perfect. Ooh,
Okay.
20.
Ooh, nice.
Cool.
All right, this is the positive thing.
Okay.
Whoa. What meaningful or important object did this character give you?
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh,
What if it's like
So
a sort of charm? No, you go ahead.
no, I want to hear what you were going to say. I have an idea, but yours could totally play into it.
Yeah, I was thinking like a charm. My great grandfather made it. It's like a. It has something to do with calling rain.
oh, interesting.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. Yeah, what if it's like one of those like magic bracelets? Not like quite the same as yours. It's like a more simple and like basic one, but like that's where I have my wand that I use. But it's like a rain
Oh,
calling charm wand thing.
oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's made of like one. What are those sticks people use? A dowsing stick
Oh,
Ooh,
dowsing
from
rod.
yes.
the wood of a dowsing stick.
I like
Dowsing
that.
rod. Yeah.
That's neat. All right. Well, cool. Awesome. All right. Give me another D20. Let's see the
Okay.
negative. The negative about Juan Marcos Alexander.
It's
An
nothing. It's
8.
never gonna be a thing.
There's never a thing. All right, 8. What part of this character's personality scares you? Besides it all. I mean, you can't be specific. It's really got to be, something there.
Hmm.
What if it's like my gift with mind magic is really just really good. It's a dangerous magic.
Hmm.
Yeah. And we'll kind of go.
I
That's another
feel
thing we'll go over with as we kind of go through this. But yeah, please go ahead, Valerie.
I feel like Juan Marcos Alexander is very like has a really good sense for people, which probably plays into like the like mind illusion stuff. Like just kind of always seems to have some sort of idea of like what people are thinking and like where people are coming from. And it's like pretty spooky to me because like I'm used to being a little bit more removed and blunt and like letting people know what I think when I want them to know what I think. And
Ah,
so like when he knows what I think without me like explicitly trying to tell him, like that freaks me out a little bit.
that's cool. Makes a whole
Does
lot of
that sound
sense.
cool?
Yeah, it does actually. It makes a whole lot of sense too for the character.
That's fun.
Yeah,
Forced character development.
You point at him, you say, "Witch."
Oh, Jesus. All right. Let's go to. So yeah. So how about William Oakhurst? Do you know or not know them?
um I
Please.
think sure, I can know you. Yeah.
All right. All right. Give me a D20. Let's find out what the thing is. 19.
I think we
Yeah, we already did
tried
that.
that one.
Let's go to it. Let's see what we got at 18. Let's see. Oh, this is an interesting one.
That's weird.
That's weird. Let's skip that one. We're not gonna go number 18. I don't feel comfortable with that.
Let's go up.
Let's go
Is
17.
that the one about yeah? That's a love question, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking 20.
We already did that one. Let's.
Oh, we did 20.
Yeah, we
What
did
about
20.
16? 16 is the one that we
16.
haven't
All right,
done
let's
yet.
go. Let's go 16. Yeah. So, what about this character do you admire that they don't know or they don't see in themselves? That's a really cool one.
I admire that William is very much his own person, even as he like has all of these burdens of like his family's expectations.
Oh wow, that's deep.
Yeah, like he's not trying. I mean, other he is trying. He's show like the face he's putting out is being someone, but like under all that, he's definitely trying to be himself. He's not trying to, you know, he wants to make a name for himself as William Oakhurst, not just because his last name is Oakhurst.
Mm-hmm.
Just be like, I'm my own person. I'm not part of this, uh, blob that is my family legacy.
Cool. All right. So let's do the negative. Roll me another
Okay.
20. 12. Let's see. We already. What forbidden spell do you know this character has been researching? We already did that though, right?
I think that's very similar to 13.
Yeah, let's do
Wait. It's
oh, well, it's what forbidden spell do you know this character has been researching? As opposed to what forbidden spell does this character know you've been researching? Do we do
oh
that?
wait. So what forbidden spell does this character know you? Okay, well I mean that's basically the one that he did before.
Okay, well let's do this. Let's go down. So what do both of you hate about the school?
Ooh.
Mm.
Does it have to be the same thing? Or is it that we share this?
Yeah, you have to share.
It
The two
seems
of you have
like
to share the
it's
thing you hate
something
about
that
the
we
school.
both hate. Well, I think that Valerie would probably hate that the school is in the city, but I don't know if that would be something that William would hate. I don't really know that
Yeah, I
much
think
about him.
maybe like because maybe he's from you know, wherever England. I haven't decided, but maybe it was more out like he's more used to living out in the lavish countryside where he has this large manor, and now he's like pushed into this crowded,
The city
loud
and the dorm room and
American city.
yeah.
Like,
Like Northern England.
I understand that's disconcerting for anyone. I get that.
yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, so it's definitely like he hates that it's like very much bunched up in this urban surrounding.
Okay.
Cool.
Awesome. All right, and that leads us to Matthew. Do you know Matthew?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. All right, roll me a die. Let's see what the positive thing about Matthew is that you know about them.
It won. I think we've done that one. Maybe?
We've definitely done one.
Yeah.
We've done two.
We've done two, I think.
Ooh, what amazing secret have you learned about this person that they haven't told anyone else? Ooh, that's an interesting, like a teacher insight, I suppose. That's a good question.
Let's take a look at what your stats are, because you're the
It's beautiful. Yeah, do that.
you're the unlikely ally. Interesting. Fight.
No pressure.
Okay. All right. So, I made a joke about this earlier, but I've been thinking based on like the different things that people answered about me with like time manipulation and water reading and stuff like that, that I probably teach divination.
Mm.
And
Ooh.
I think it would be really cool if the secret that I know about Mathieu is that there's a prophecy about him that he doesn't know.
Oh, that is so freaking cool. I love that. Oh my god.
That's
Oh, that is so
awesome.
cool. Good idea.
You will become a foreground character.
Whether you like it or not.
Are you okay with that, Simone?
I'm totally cool with that.
Awesome.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. That's a great. Well, and we'll develop on that, I'm sure, as things go along. That's awesome. That's cool. I like that. All right, give me another 20 for the negative thing you know about them. 9.
Give me 20 things you hate about this person.
Oh, this is an interesting one. What is this character planning that you need to stop them from carrying out?
Stealing all of Juan Marcos doilies.
They get sent home and then they just keep disappearing.
It's magic.
Oh gosh. Something that Mathieu is planning that I need to stop is what it says. I need to stop.
Yep, you know that Matthew's been planning something that you need to stop.
Are you planning to transfer schools?
Ooh.
That could be, yeah.
Ooh, that's neat.
Yeah, maybe Mathieu is thinking about transferring schools, and I know that would mess up the prophecy. So I just have to like,
oh wow,
come up with whatever reason.
Stay, please.
That is so cool.
I keep failing. I keep giving him failing grades so that he can't.
No one will accept the
Matthew definitely knows, like he knows his stuff. Like he definitely, like maybe him and the person got the same one. They got an A. Just F F F F.
I'm not saying that's what I'm doing. I don't think that's what Valerie would do, but maybe if that's interesting to you, Simone, for your character.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool, especially because there was a question saying that we had a similar interest. That could have been something you forged trying to get me to stay or something like that.
Oh, nice. Very
Cool,
nice.
I like it.
Very cool.
Yeah, maybe you're doing like special projects with me about the hydromancy.
Yeah, yeah.
Very cool. I like it all. So yeah, I think this is an interesting way to get to know the other characters, these relationships. And it's not the first game to do it. A lot of Powered by the Apocalypse type of stuff has this kind of interaction in it, that kind of thing. But it's intriguing, and as you can see, I mean, you guys, I don't think I would have thought of any of these off the top of my head. So these are kind of forcing you to be creative between you and another character, and I think that's pretty cool. So neat. Let's see. All right. Just kind of going down the list here. What else we might need?
Do we have to do like the character questions for the tropes? Like for example, like offbeat eccentric, it'd be like question 1: what do you believe in that no one else seems to?
Oh, interesting. That's a good question. Let's see. Oh.
Listen, guys, just as like a general rule, if you're ever doing anything, there's some salsa music in the back. It makes everything a lot more.
I'll write that down.
Yeah, like I said, like I'm not a huge fan of salsa music, but like I'm not gonna dance to it when it comes on.
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm gonna need y'all to give me recommendations or like playlists to follow or something, because I rarely listen to it, but I love it when it does come on.
So the trope questions, those are
playlist.
Yeah, the Juan Marcos playlist. Yeah, we'll definitely check it out. So those questions, let's leave those kind of silent. Those those are kind of like more you getting into the head of your character. So let's use those as tools. So there's a couple other things I wanted to kind of cover. So here's an interesting one. I'd like you to kind of all think about this. So there, in this universe, in this world, there is a magical creature. And this magical creature was like thought of badly within the wizarding community, and they were kind of forced into basically schools wouldn't accept them, so they formed their own. And this is like the dark past of this world. Since then things have improved, they're now totally accepted and whatnot, but there's still this one school that's dedicated just for that creature. There other creatures can go, but it's 99% this creature. So what magical creature is it? Formerly discriminated against in this universe, but not anymore. But there's this vestige in this terms of this school with this very very proud heritage / genealogy of graduates type of thing going back, potentially
giant bipedal frogs.
Giant bipedal frogs. That is good. What is the name of this? Does that sound interesting to you guys? I like that. That sounds cool.
Yeah, like a beast folk type of like thing. Like
cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So it's like some
grungs from that one D&D campaign.
Yeah, exactly.
So like literally like half between like a frog and a human in terms of shape and.
I would say leaning more towards like frog anatomy, which is probably why they weren't as widely accepted.
Okay.
Because they're like a little bit too froggy and not enough human to like have people trust them.
Like an anthropomorphic frog.
Yeah, but more frog than anthro.
Oh wait, so it's just a giant frog.
It's more frog. So it's kind of human. About maybe a third bipedal human, 2/3 frog looking.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. All right.
Think, yeah.
This process is going a lot faster than I envisioned in my head. So you guys are really good. I just want to put it out there. You guys are rocking it.
It's like somehow mixed the word what dragonflies are before they like the name and then amphibian. I don't know. It's like before they turn into dragonflies, there's like a stage.
The
I know it
people
has nothing to do with
stage.
frogs.
Pupas.
Yeah.
Like that.
But like mix that with frogs. No. Give me a second. Sorry. Go on. You guys go on. I'll think about the name.
Yeah, what if these frogmen do have wings? That'd be fun, right? They don't have to be frog, like straight up frog. There's fire.
Now they're winged frog people.
And they shoot fire out of
Yeah.
their mouth. They're dragons.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we don't want to go
Listen,
dragons.
You're getting into a little fantastical,
too many dragon references already in this
Listen,
game.
man, this is the world of magic, but there are rules.
There are rules. So I want to put out there that I've already decided unilaterally on their mascot. The school's mascot is what do you call it?
Pugglewug?
No, it's the oh god, I literally had this. They're the oh yeah, okay, I got it. Their mascot is the nail goblin.
The nail goblin?
The
Yes.
nail goblin.
Yes, the nail goblin.
What is a nail goblin?
It's a goblin.
It's a goblin that probably like rips off your nails and stashes them in a box for later type of thing, some kind of creature. I got that from Simone actually.
The nail goblin.
Oh, crazy. It's like the tooth fairy, but like
Oh.
horrible and actually real
Well,
life.
I think we might have lost
It just like rips.
Hold on. Oh, sorry, that's everybody. Maybe 1 second. Just gotta let Streamlabs catch up. Okay, gotcha. Sorry about that. Yeah, Streamlabs was not catching up on the video there. Sorry about that. But yes, I got that from Simone. I think that would be a neat mascot for this group.
Guys, I feel like our group or
Is
the
it kind of
school?
like
The school. It's a school. This other school's mascot is Nail Goblins. Your school, we have yet to decide what your mascot is.
Gotcha. I was gonna say like what if the mascot for the school is actually the nail goblin, and like you know how some colleges will like try to have like they'll try to make traditions where like the administration is like, oh yes, we do this thing, but like the real things are like what the students all do. Like what if the real mascot is the nail goblin, because like that's what all the students remember about Waller is like he was obsessed with nail goblins, but like the school administration is like, no, it's dragon taming, like that's what was important, like that's what mattered, but everybody's like, but nail goblins, like why do they exist? It's all Waller's fault.
So the unofficial mascot of the Waller Academy is Nail Goblins.
Yeah.
If y'all
All
like
right.
that.
I'll go with that. That's funny. But yes, the mischievous
kind of like Criminal
Nail Goblin.
Justice?
Cool. So okay, so here's where we get a little more me talking to you, the players. So of the campaigns, I think there was a lot of, you know, basically I'm doing the Monster of the Week also, and this one, and there was a decent number of people, you know, looking to get in the campaign. Why? So like, what interested you guys about Kids on Brooms of all things? What was your pull out of curiosity? Don't all
It was
start at
a
once.
super popular magical franchise, Twilight.
The Twilight? Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Got me hooked. Yeah, I really wanted to live in that world of magic and
Neat.
wonder.
Neat.
You know, I was very interested in because I've seen Kids on Brooms and I played only one I've seen Kids on Bikes. I only played one session of Kids on Bikes, but then like I saw the LFG and then I was like, that doesn't say Kids on Bikes. I'm definitely hooked. And then I saw like like context clues. I'm like, oh, now it's to do with magic. I'm guessing some sort of similarity to a very popular franchise that has to do with
Which we can't do that here. Shh. Excellent.
Isn't that the, what do you call it?
Yes,
The fifth wave.
Larry Totter. My
Oh
favorite.
my god. Yes, definitely that one. All right.
He went to
What, what
Bugwart.
what about you, Simone? What kind of drew you to the Kids on Brooms?
Uh, having a free Tuesday and my 2 year long D&D canceling. Yeah,
Oh, no.
Wow.
yeah,
That's traumatic. This is like therapy then, really.
yeah.
I get that. I get that. Cool. How about Philip? What kind of drew you to the whole thing?
I mean, I love role-playing games, and I do a lot of running stuff, but I don't often get the chance to play. So I was excited to play something that was not D&D because I don't honestly love the system. And so
That's
like I
fair.
was excited to try something different. And actually, one thing that I have always thought would be really cool, is like a magic school in America. Like I know there's all sorts of like this extra stuff that, a particular author has like made up and decided is real, even though it's not in anything that's actually there. But like
War and
I
Peace.
like I
The
but I read Fablehaven by I don't remember the guy's Brandon Mull, I think is his name, and they're like these magical creature, like um, wildlife preserves all around the world, and like just kind of that sort of
Hmm.
vibe I thought would be really cool, and so I was just like, yeah, this is something I can totally get on board with.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, I was kind of curious as what brings anyone towards any specific role playing game. So, I kind of this. So when my last campaign that I did on the stream was Tales from the Loop, which is a story about kids, in this alternate the 80s that never were type of thing, kind of, going on adventures and solving mysteries together and stuff. And I was looking for that type of thing, but it was literally between that and Kids on Bikes. It was literally 50-50. And the whole thing about in Kids on Bikes, one of the things is it's like, again, very Stranger Things. So like all the characters comp- together control this super character, like the 7 or 11 or whatever she is. Can't remember the name. Really like
7-Eleven.
this, whatever that one. And I wasn't liking that. And then plus, there was the system itself is like very much all any combat can end in potentially like bad things, like up to and including killing, like any scuffle.
Yeah.
So that kind of turned me off. So I kind of went Tales from the Loop. So this system still has that thing. However, there's the mitigation of one, you really aren't supposed to be rolling on little quick little scuffles between a couple students. And there is such thing as like dueling or in a supervised place where like a teacher uses counter magics so that like, yes, you two can go at it, but the teacher will make sure nobody dies or even gets hurt badly, that kind of thing. So I like that. But with that same message that like all violence has potential to go bad. So if you're going to get in a violent situation, be sure, that type of message. So yeah, so finally when this came out, I grabbed it immediately and went with it and decided that this was going to be one of the games I ran this cycle.
It's awesome.
So the other thing I kind of want to talk to you guys about, I'm sorry, I keep using you guys. I apologize. I'm trying to break myself that y'all, that I do the y'all, and it's like I'm not from the South, and it sounds disingenuous. I'm like way north of the Mason-Dixon, and it's, you know, anyway. So I'm trying. Anyway, it's my personal thing. I'm trying. So you all, one of the things as part of being a GM, I of course am putting like things together, mysteries, events, things that happen and whatnot, things that I have in mind. But one of the things I kind of wanted, again, I kind of came from a game where it was, kids doing stuff and adventures. And of course, we have an adult with us this time around, but it's still, I think it has that very much that feel. So, and in there, we were always kind of doing adventures. With like a downtime was like the drama of being a kid. In this campaign, my hope is to kind of, definitely have those adventures and mysteries to go on, but also have integrate that with like the drama of being a kid at a school without your parents and that kind of thing. So how will you guys work with bullies or cliques, and that kind of thing, cheating, scandals, rumors and gossip and that kind of thing, and integrate that into the Chamber of Secrets type of things from that other thing we can't talk about, or the room of mysteries, or the the kind of dangerous gallows. I don't know. Um, but you get the. I hope you get the picture. I'd like to integrate kind of combine those two
Yeah,
experiences to make it interesting for you all.
from Game of Thrones, right?
What's that?
From Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah, you get phone. You could. I suppose you could have phones. I mean, it's 2025 when this starts, so you can have phones. All
They're
kids have
magic
phones.
phones,
They're magic
obviously.
phones. They can be normal phones, really. It is Portland. They do have cell towers. Hello,
Time to get my Nokia.
yeah, the indestructible. Um, so one of the kind of things I wanted to ask all of you is like, what kind of stuff are you looking forward to? And I'm just asking this as a group. You don't have to. You don't have to take turns or anything. Just kind of shout out, get your time. But I want to kind of hear, get some input from you and see as a game master, what can I do to make this a fun and rewarding experience for you? That kind of thing. So if anything jumps out, just don't be shy. This is not a place to be shy.
I'm super excited to just bully everybody else. The one thing I'm looking forward to is
Hey, that's my job.
Yeah, there's always a bigger fish, so there's always that. But yes,
no,
yeah, so there will probably be some kind of bullies. I can probably say that that's a decent probability in this equation. What else are you guys looking for?
I'm excited for like the adventure, just like this. Like obviously, there's these little things here and there, but it's like those TV shows where it's like even those little things connect to the bigger picture.
Neat.
Like
looking forward to solving a mystery.
Yeah, I think mystery and like magic are the coolest things. Like, how often do you get to like run around and try to explore, like, even if there's not like some sort of big, huge, overarching the world's gonna end and Cthulhu's gonna rise from the deep or something like that. Like, it's still like, if you think about
Don't steal
the
my thunder,
random little
Philip.
oh,
I joke.
if
I
you think
jest.
about
I
like
jest.
the little alcoves that you can find in like a random city,
Mhm.
but like on top of that, it's been like hundreds of years, and there's all sorts of magic, and you can like teleport to all sorts of places around the world by opening any random closet door. Like, I just think that there's so much cool opportunity for like mysteries and things to uncover that are just like, what's going on? Let's discover what's
Oh,
going on, which I think would be really cool.
were
Very
we
cool.
gonna do the rumors about the school, Scott?
The rumors about school. Am I missing parts or something? Oh, jeez.
I think there's like rumors
Each
about
one of us
the
has
teacher.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we can do that. Let's see.
each one of us has a rumor that's going around the school. Might be true, might not be.
Oh, I see.
I
I
think
gotcha.
those are like the hooks that you make for us in Tales from the.
Oh, right. Yeah, those were me given, but yeah, these are each player sharing type of things. All right. Yeah, sorry, I totally missed that. I'm kind of going along with the program here with the main bullet points, but that was not in it. I have to make a note of that. But yeah, we can do that also. Simone, did you want to say like what interests you first? Let's before we even get out that one. I want Simone to have an opportunity to add to the conversation.
What were we talking about?
Like as a player, as Simone, like
Uh,
what kind of things are you looking forward to Matthew getting into? What are you looking forward to? What would make this a rewarding experience for you?
Like I said about my motivation to join, I just came from like a 2 year long D&D campaign, and since it was made of like a group of friends, like we all knew each other, there was a lot more role play rather than anything else. So I just think building out Matthew and seeing how he interacts with everyone would be rewarding.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, getting to know Matthew more and making him become a PC.
Yeah, yeah.
Not part of the background noise. That's awesome. Okay. Cool.
He's
Cool.
gonna. Would he run like Linux or Windows or
Haha!
what?
He's definitely a Windows, but like the frame is an Apple.
Okay, I gotta mute Robert's thing again. I'm
Beautiful.
sorry, hold on.
Also,
Oh no.
on the topic of rumors and whatnot and missing things, do we also do school bag, or is that going to be like a later thing? Because I don't know what the heck is inside of my bag yet.
Let's talk about you're gonna hear me say this a decent amount during this campaign, but that's something we can talk about in Discord and kind of we'll bring that once we kind of as we have time to talk about it during a given week, and then we can kind of in the next session we're like, oh, so yeah, we talked about this in Discord and this is what's in our bags, that type of thing. So one of the other mechanics here is the school bag. It contains it's basically a flavor thing. It's things that a student or faculty carries with them, both in the metaphorical and physical sense, that kind of thing. So, and again, that's just that's kind of flavor,
Like
kind of adding to their character, that kind of stuff. Yeah. But yes, so let's talk about that one on Discord.
some like legitimate.
And Robert's messing with me. I'm gonna just slap him around. All right. Okay, so let's do the since we have ample time, let's do the rumor thing.
Oh yeah, we do.
So let's hear about let's actually, since Robert got us going, let's hear from Juan Marcos Alexander. So what's the rumor you've heard? So again, I'll read this kind of out to you. Then each player shares one rumor about the current goings on at the school. It can be anything from a hidden room containing a professor's secret project, a popular student's most recent relationship, or anything between.
They say if you enter the right class at night, you're able to join the necromancy course.
Oh.
If you enter the right room at the right time, you get to enter the necromancy course, which is canceled. Canceled.
It's canceled.
Yeah, canceled. Get it? It's a play on words. Necromancy and dead things are canceled. Whew. Okay.
From life.
From life. Canceled from life. All right. How about William? What's the rumor? What's your rumor?
There's a certain there's a rumor going on about a particular student who has been studying curses and whatnot and has planned to curse someone they've rivaled through the entire school year, like as a sort of revenge for embarrassing them and whatnot.
Okay.
What curse it could be, who knows?
All right. Awesome.
William, how dare you?
It isn't.
It isn't me. It isn't me. All right.
I don't know curses.
All right. Matthew, what's your rumor?
There's a special room, like on the bottom floor of the school that they throw you in if you don't behave.
Oh, nice.
It
School
manifests your
prison.
it manifests your biggest fear, and you stay in there for an hour.
Oh, wow.
So don't act up, I
Oh,
guess.
that's torture.
Nice. That's
so
that's
great.
awesome. All right. That sounds cool. So yeah, and that's something that of course all new students are terrified of. Don't throw me in the room of detention.
Perpetual fear. Yeah.
Perpetual fear. All right. How about Valerie? What's Valerie's rumor? You got this.
Every person. Okay, how are we comfortable with things that are like dark and spooky?
Yes.
Okay.
I am.
Like every person who has died in Portland is actually buried in a crypt underneath the school, and the bodies that were buried elsewhere in Portland are like doppelgangers.
Ooh. That's why necromancy is canceled.
Or maybe
Or maybe canceled.
people who died didn't really die.
Oh my gosh. Dude, we don't want to go Inception. Like, that's a level beyond. We don't want to incept.
Well, I was going more towards like the necromancy thing.
Interesting. Cool. Oh, the string cat Roxy is back. Hello, Roxy.
What up, homie? How's it hanging? Tell
Father,
the kitty to bring kibbles and bits for me next time. We hang out.
She's kind of protective of her kibbles and bits, I'll have you know. Yes. She enjoys her meals. She doesn't miss many. She's a cutie. But yes. So okay, cool. So we do have some time left. I I've watched actual play streams, and not to talk anything down, but I really hate the ones that start off and the people, you're there to watch a role-playing actual play, and the first 45 minutes is them talking about an unrelated movie or something. We will not be doing that. However, with time left over, I do like to kind of talk about not unrelated things, but related things, but kind of just offhand type stuff. So like, what I'm kind of curious if and again, this is something you don't have to share if you're not comfortable. There's never a must do here, in terms of things you have to participate in. I don't want to force anybody to do anything that they're uncomfortable with. And we've gone over the lines and veils. And before we start next session, next session, I'd like you guys to kind of just announce those, just so for my event, so it's out there, and we kind of know what we can do and what we aren't going to do, or we're going to fade to black on, and that kind of stuff. So again, but unrelated to that. So you don't have to participate if you don't like, but I'm kind of curious, what are your role-playing backgrounds? Like, I am in my late 40s. That means I'm a 70s child, and I grew up
born in the 1940s?
I was not born in the 1940s. Go back to your mathematics class. So I was born in the 70s. It was the 80s where I first got my D&D basic set. And this was during the height of the Satanic Panic. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically, people thought that people who played role-playing games were in essence, by just doing the role-playing game, they were worshiping Satan. But in actuality, in addition to that, they were also like on purpose worshiping Satan behind the scenes, and there were rituals. They drink blood and blah blah blah, and like there was actually a pamphlet that went around that my parents got, and it was like, if your kid plays D&D, they may be trying to murder somebody and crawling around sewer tunnels. And yes, I did crawl around sewer tunnels, but I was totally okay, wasn't messed up or anything. But anyway, so I was good, and my dad actually once asked me, so that like Bugs Bunny is not real, right? Like, basically asked me if I could differentiate reality from fantasy. And I'm like, yes, I freaking understand that Elmer Fudd and Bugs Bunny are not real.
Yeah, thanks for insulting me, Dad.
Yeah, it's like, so again, that was kind of but you have to understand, it was kind of like the mentality of that time was like, from an adult point of view, this is a silly thing to do. And, I suppose that's continued on, but, but basically I kind of sloughed that off, and I've been role playing ever since. Not every system, but a lot of systems. I'm going to do a stream maybe this Sunday about, and I'll show some of my RPG collection from through the ages. But so yeah, I've been just role playing ever since. I actually helped in a small part write part of a game called Neverworld back in the 90s. And that's another thing. My buddy Aaron created the game, and I wrote like short stories. I did some play testing. I wrote part of a source book, a small part of a source book. But I was in on that, and I've just been gaming ever since. So that's my kind of history. I'm kind of curious, like, when did you all get into role-playing games and that kind of stuff? So just I'm kind of curious. Go for it. No organization, no turns. Just speak out.
I don't want to be the first one to speak because I feel like I've been the first one to speak in a while. So I'm just gonna.
All right. You can hold it in. You're good. Anyone else?
Well, I feel like I've been last for a long time, so I'll take one for the team and go first.
Good. Good job.
Yeah, so my parents' only experience with role-playing games had been like hearing about the Satanic Panic growing up. And so I had just always heard that like D&D was terrible. And once I got to college, I was like, I definitely want to try this though. And none of like, I knew one person who'd actually played it on my dorm in college, and a ton of people who wanted to play it, but no one was like doing it. So I was just like, fine, I'll make it happen. So I um, pirated um, fourth edition books for D&D from online and like just ran this crazy psychedelic, totally like probably what role-playing games should be, but totally not what role-playing games are supposed to be, campaign. And um, basically I've just been like reading role-playing game systems and like dancing around the periphery of it for a long time because I didn't really start playing again until just a couple weeks ago, and I'm running like a open table for um, Macchiato Monsters, which is like it's like a old school Renaissance retro clone type system. So
Neat.
um, yeah, genuinely enjoy reading rule books, so that's kind of like my nerdy fix,
Oh
even
yes, I
more
get
so
that.
than like playing.
I totally get
So
that.
yeah.
90% of my games that I own, I've never played and never will play. But I just love reading them for the source material and the art and the rule, the like the world building type stuff. It's awesome. Simone looks like she's about to burst out. You don't have to, but
I've said my background about 3 times now, but
The fourth time.
I've been
when did
in
you get
this
into D&D? When
2 years
was your?
ago.
Oh,
2 years ago.
so the 2-year campaign you were in was your very first campaign.
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
wow, I did not get that part of it. I thought like this
Yeah.
was like the latest in a stretch of campaigns. This was like your first and wow.
Yeah. I've had like on and off campaigns. I've had it to where I had 9 uh, sessions in a week.
Oh my god.
And
I would lose my mind.
Way to one up that. Just wait till.
that's when the D&D bug really hit. But none of them lasted as long as the first one. So about 2 years. We've been going on for about 2 years.
Wow. That is impressive. Cool. Let's hear it. Let's hear it, Kadek. What's your story?
So I started. I'm 21 now, but I started playing D&D when I was 10. Well, like the first time I experienced like role playing games in general was like before I like did tabletop was when I found about like Dragon Age, like the original Dragon Age. I'm like, oh, this is cool and whatnot, and I got into that. And then I found out about Dungeons and Dragons, and the first I played 3.5 is what I started off with. I haven't played in years, so I don't remember jack squat. Um, I played a whole campaign of that. The first character I had died at the end, like when we got to the bad guy. So that was a little anticlimactic for him. I didn't start playing games on Roll20 until 2014, and that's when like 5th edition came out. And my high school art teacher was like a huge influence on me for like 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, which I was the president of the D&D club, was just a title. But 2014, the first game I played was a game of Masks, and it was Australian time, so I had to wake up at like 4 in the morning to play the game. And while juggling high school, I had a game every day. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. That's where I am right now. I have a game every day except for Monday and Saturday. I, and I love acting, and role playing games is really just the same thing, except one has rules. Well, no, they both got rules. One has math. One has math that you have to do every time.
One has math.
But I love making characters. I love building worlds. I love bringing characters to life and giving them their own world, because it makes me forget about the fact that I'm just some guy. It's like, why be some guy when I can be a fire-breathing dragon man?
Whenever you can be Batman, be
yeah,
Batman.
exactly. And
Cool.
yeah.
What about Robert? Robert, I don't think I've really asked you where you started a whole role playing thing.
No. I started playing D&D in 2015. I was working at a theater in high school. It was a theater in Arizona, Harkins, and one of my friends there. I've been wanting to play forever. My family they're not very they don't like stray too far out of their comfort zone. So I never really like. I was always like they always make fun of me because I play, or like because I'm always reading a book, or I just super into Lord of the Rings. Um, so I've always wanted to play, but I never really had anybody to play with, especially in the schools like I went. I was always like embarrassed to say, oh, I really want to play D&D. I started working
Mhm.
with a bunch of different people, and one of my friends, he's like, oh, I DM. I was trying to get a game going for game going of like theater people. Do you want to play? I was like, oh, hell yeah, man.
I'm in.
Wrote with a bunch of other coworkers, yeah, and then I actually got kicked from that group because I was like,
No.
I made him I made him feel bad because he like he was super into it, and he was honestly an amazing DM, and he would like get really into describing like the world and like the setting, and I'd throw like
Mhm.
stupid little jabs like
Oh
he says,
no.
and like there's this beautiful cave, and then I'll repeat exactly like word for word, and I'm gonna go blah 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 over here, and like it like make the other like players laugh a little bit, but like it wasn't good. You know what I mean? Being a little shithead.
You
I
learned your
remember
lesson.
I was kicked for a game, but not for, it was I was so mad. I think it was in like 11th or 12th. I was either in 10th or 11th grade, and I was in Roll20. I just joined this game for Dragon Age, like the actual like tabletop game that was out, and I played one session with them, and everything seemed fine. And then I got a message the next day. They're like, "Yeah, you're just not a fit for us." I was like, "What about?" And then they didn't say anything, and I was like, "What?" I was sad. I was like, this is like my thing. I know Dragon Age so much.
You bastards.
Yeah. So I just made him feel bad for like being super passionate about the game that he loved.
Well, you've learned your
So
lesson.
I
You've
got
grown as a
yeah I got
person, as a
yeah I was kicked. I
player.
was super like upset about it for a while, but then I realized, man, I was a fucking shithead. I just did not respect
and you
him
and you
at the
grew up.
table at all. But yeah, I grew up. I mean, I like it was a while before I played another like game of D&D because I was just so upset about getting kicked. But man,
Mm.
he should have kicked me like long before he actually did, because all I did was like fuck around and joke about the how like just his passion really. But I started like I looked online, and on Roll20 actually I found out about Roll20, so I went on to Roll20 to like find a game because I was like, I'll do it right this time. I don't make somebody feel bad about something that they're passionate about. I mean, like I know what
Mhm.
I did wrong. I'm not gonna do it again. So I went on to Roll20 and I found this really nice group of people, and I still run games with them. It's been like
Oh, cool.
3 years now that we're running games.
Oh
I
wow.
think like the first character, ay, stupid chihuahuas. The first character I actually like ran with them was a little halfling rogue, and I ended up betraying the entire party to the big bad. And they still they still call that character a rat bastard. But yeah, I guess I just kind of grew up and started to respect other people's passions. Really,
Cool.
Mm.
I've been like going from like game to game. None of them like really last. Like people drop out or the DM gets tired of running uh, a campaign. They want to take.
Nope. Do we just lose him?
Oh.
No,
Yeah.
we're so close.
Oh no.
We're so close. Come on, Robert, come back to us. Come back to us.
Uh, if he comes back, well, because I was gonna say I have a Sunday group that I've been playing with. Actually, I have a group that I've been with since 2017, but I've had a Sunday group that I've been with um for like maybe almost a year. Like the other group is like a huge like server, so it's not as important. Well, I mean it's important to me, but it's not like I have a Sunday group and we met we played we started with Blades in the Dark, and we did like a season one of the game. We did season two, and now we're on to Burning Wheel, and it's just like I love stories that like I can go back to and be like, yeah, that was awesome what we did there, and that the Sunday group is like my number one favorite out of all of them.
Neat. Oh, man.
Am I back?
Yep, you're back.
Yeah. You
Welcome
Okay.
back.
Okay. So I mean, playing with them, like we've actually become really good friends, and I kind of like we've grown past just like playing games together. We hang out. We play. We do these nights every now and then where we together and we play like Scribble, or we do like puzzles or word games and stuff like that. It's just like I found really good friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's amazing. And maybe
So
even three
D&D,
more. Boom.
yeah, D&D is
Boom. Forced
amazing,
friendship.
and PC RPGs. It's pretty crazy just how well you get to know other people playing with them. You know?
Yeah,
Mhm.
totally agree. Cool. So, all right.
Yeah, and then I guess I found Scott. He posted on Roll20 for Tales from the Loop, and I had been looking to get out of D&D because I really wanted to do like a story-driven role-playing game, and I played Tales from the Loop, and that was fun. And I'm actually really enjoying the energy we all bring to this campaign.
Yeah, totally agreed.
Yeah, I can't wait for next Tuesday where we like
Actually
start
get
the
to do
Some of the
story.
real
stuff.
story stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we actually did stop here, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
The meat and potatoes of it.
I always hear people like not talk crap about D&D, but they're always like, yeah, I just want to get out of playing D&D and start something new. But like, there's just something about Dungeons and Dragons that like I go back to all the time. Like, my Wednesday group, was the first like time I ever like played through a module and beat it instead of like playing 4 sessions and then something happens and the group breaks up. Uh,
Mhm.
it's just like I don't know. There's just something about the lore and the character building that I love the most. Like I mean, Pathfinder is the same, but like D&D is where I feel more comfortable and know most about the lore because like I've tried Pathfinder, but it, it's very much like 3.5, but harder, I guess. But
Interesting.
yeah,
I do very much like love D&D. It's mm, I'd say it's probably my favorite style. I just wanted to step away from it for a second, you know?
no, I get what you mean.
Mhm.
Cool. All right. So, excellent session, guys. Excellent session 0. Apologize for being kind of like a little all over. I'm just trying to figure out what we can and what we have time and don't have time to cover, and what I want you guys to give a little more thought of, and that kind of stuff. And plus, I'm new to the system. This is I suppose I didn't mention at the beginning of the game, but so one of the reasons I do actual plays is so that people who are looking to get into a game have something to like watch and see it
Mhm.
in motion, so to speak, because that's what I look for. So I'm trying to kind of return the favor, so to speak, and so that's what I do. So I do try to go through the rules and explain things, and that kind of stuff, so that any viewers can kind of pick things up and see why, like mechanically, why we're doing this or that and that kind of thing. So you will see that as we kind of go on. And again, I wanted you guys to hold back on a bunch of stuff because I did want the viewers of either the stream or the eventual YouTube video to kind of be able to look at it and say, oh, that's how you do that, or now I understand why. I mean, I wasn't going to do the relationships thing, but that looked so cool and fun, and it did so much for the characters. I want them to have that experience and whatnot. And plus we're learning too. And so I'm going to tell you right away, I'm not an expert on this game. I'm still asking a bunch of questions on Reddit. If you happen to know the answers, feel free to answer me on Reddit.
I'm glad I'm like on this side rather than like watching it, because like I've tried watching people play like Fate and like other games, and I'm just like, I'm more hands on.
Right, I get you. So yeah, so that's kind of like what I'm trying to do. Again, I'm learning the game too. I think I'm getting a hang on the most of this stuff. I want to be at that level where I can help you along, but I'm also willing to, again, if you see something I missed, like the school rumor, feel free to point it out. I want to learn too. I want to do better. I want to be better. So that kind of thing. But here's your homework. Please do look over the book, look over the rules, kind of get a handle on how things work role wise, mechanics wise, I should say. And if you have time, maybe rewatch at least parts of this video to kind of, get more of a handle on, kind of the relationships you put down and that kind of stuff. So do that, and have some fun with it. It'll be available on Twitch after this. Plus, within the week I always make this into a YouTube video, and I'll be on my channel there. So let's do this. I'll do as if you've watched any of my videos, at the end of the session I always say have the stars of the show. That's you guys. Kind of say goodbye. So let's start over here with Robert, who's done this before.
Hasta luego.
Yes, and Chaotic.
Goodbye, everybody.
And Simone.
Bye.
And Philip.
Have a great night.
Excellent. And as I said before when I started, I'm Scott of Scott's Case File. This is my Twitch channel. If you're interested in subscribe, or not subscribing, I don't do subscription. If you're interested in following, please follow me below, and you can see all my social media links if you hit the about. I generally announce things on Twitter and talk about stuff. On the Discord, we have conversations about all kinds of stuff, as these individuals can attest to. And then, of course, I put stuff on YouTube, and I'm trying to make YouTube-specific content also, but that's coming more slowly, especially with the 2 campaigns coming up. Otherwise, if you're watching this on YouTube, all those links and stuff are below, and I hope you guys had a good time with this. I think, again, this is a great session 0. Again, these are amazing players, and I'm enjoying working with them already. It's not work, but you know what I mean. But
I'm not getting paid.
Yeah, you're not getting paid. I'm sorry. I don't. Once I make money, that's the goal.
What am I
I'm
here
not
for,
making money.
Scott?
I don't know. Fun. I don't know. Let's try for fun. Let's aim for fun, and if we don't get there, well, tough shit. But yeah, these. I mean, and one again, these just kind of in other campaigns. I think I can already tell that each of these players has their own style and feel for things, and that's going to be so cool as it kind of meshes and together in this big melange of roleplay. And I think it's going to be a great show. It's going to be a great campaign, and I'm kind of looking forward to seeing where each of these characters goes and develops, and experiences and fears and etc. So it's going to be a good time. So with that, I wish everyone a good night, a good week. Players, please remember your homework. And otherwise, have fun, go forth and do no harm, and all that kind of good stuff. So with that, I'll end the stream. And again, for viewers and for players, thank you for being around. You're all awesome, and I really do appreciate you. So I will chat at you all soon. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.